Sure, reporting for duty. Sure, reporting for duty.
Hello, folks. Good evening. Good evening. Hello, Insolent Fool. Hello, Boss K-Wolf. Also, yeah, well, lovely to see you again. Hopefully your Grounded is going well. I was wondering, I keep seeing you playing Grounded. Just when I'm about to go to bed. Which is not the time I need to be watching Grounded, to be honest. Hope you're all doing alright. Hey, Wolf. Yeah. It's Friday, and so far, fingers fucking crossed, my upload speed isn't dead. So hopefully that manages to remain throughout the evening, but who the fuck knows at this point. But yeah, so far so good. So far so actually good. Alright. Good. Grounded is good. Been playing with the wife, and she hasn't been well, so we've paused for... Fair enough. Absolutely fair enough. Like, I enjoyed Grounded when it came out, and it's quite a fun game. It's the kind of game I would enjoy a lot. But the spiders. Like, I am not afraid of spiders. I'm concerned when a spider is three times my size and surprises me in the middle of the night. That is terrifying. me just double check some stuff here while we wait for people to turn up. I got arachnophobia mode. And the thing is, it's not about the shape of the spider. It's the more of the hunting at night that's the problem. Because I'm not afraid of spiders. The vision of spiders is fine. I don't care about the sight of spiders. That doesn't bother me. It's like it's the suddenness of the attack. Like it's fighting the wolf spiders at night in Crowned is basically jump scare town, and I don't like jump scare town. The shape of the spider doesn't bother me. It's kind of the same reason why I don't play things like Five Nights at Freddy's and stuff like that. Because I just can't with that. I think... Just double checking that my mods are all up to date, but they are. But I do like... Granted, I did pick it up again. It's on... pick it up again. It's never actually left Xbox Game Pass, I think. And it's something to just play along every once in a while. Which is funny, because I picked up GTFO. Although GTFO isn't really jump scare town. It's just Suspenseville. And I can do suspect. I like suspense. I gotta go put it in your Discord. I was reading some text, Lord, got attacked by a spider and pooped and brick. Exactly. Like one of the clips where I got absolutely the game that scared me the most. Not that scared me the most, because it wasn't a scary game, but the one that got me most apprehensive and gave me moments of pause, because I don't scream. I don't scream when I'm terrified. I just shut down. Was Outer Wilds. And then there's a brilliant clip where I just turn around and I get surprised out of the blue by something horrifying, and I just basically pause the game and go quiet for about a minute, because that's what I do. I'm not of the screamy variety, so I just I just pause the game and you can just hear me having like a moment where I just do that. Hang on, if I can find it. See if I can find the clip. Clips. The fish, yeah, the fish. It's the fish clip. I was also terrified at some point during the DLC. Again, Outer Wilds is a beautiful game. I love that game to bits. It is one of my favorite games ever. And the DLC is fantastic on top of that. But it has moments like that's the kind of stare where I got surprised by something and I just shut down. I don't yelp. I don't cry out. I just shut down. Let's see if I can find clip of Outer Wilds. I think it's this one. I think I can use clip. I'm watching clips, so I want to copy the clip. I want to copy the URL for that clip. Can I? Can I copy save as highlight? No, I want to copy the clip. Share. No, stop casting. Stop trying to cast this stuff. Share. Give me the link, right? I think I can do this. Does this work? I don't know if this works. It should work. Maybe I might need a space. I totally didn't put a space on that. But there's the clip. No sound? There's sound. I just pause and there's complete death silence. Just completely I just shut down. You can hear my breath as well. A moment of just like just need to breathe, just need to breathe. Because that fish is not meant to be there. I triggered that fish a long time ago and it just followed me. And that thing is terrifying. They're creepy as hell. I'm not afraid of fish, but a large, weirdly shaped fish that's maybe times bigger than me. Yeah, that'll coming out of nowhere? Absolutely. Absolutely, positively. Right, let's boot up the thing we're actually here to play. The Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. The depths of ocean are nightmare of fuel. Yeah, see, I don't have thalassophobia. That I'm aware of, anyway. Like, I've been to the ocean. Like, swum in the ocean. And it's like, that's fine. I mean, being out there with nothing nearby would be terrifying, but that's not a phobia at that point. It's a sensible fear. In the middle of the ocean with nothing nearby, that is terrifying, but that's not a phobia. That's a rational fear. Not just things in the deep. Yeah, well, the stuff in the deep that we can't see is weird. It grows weird because they don't need to see. They don't use light as a medium, so they don't need to look like anything. So they just look like themselves. They just look weird. And a lot of the time they look even weirder because they're designed for high pressure areas, and then you take them out and they look weird. They're designed to be, their bodies are designed to be subjected to a certain amount of pressure, and if they're not, they tend to go bleh. Like the blobfish doesn't always look like a blob. The blobfish is just designed for higher pressures. Oh, evolved for higher pressures, designed is probably the incorrect word. Also, I really like how I figured out something with VTube Studio, and my model is way more responsive now, and I'm really happy with it. The model should be a less of a hit on the PC, on the CPU, because I've outsourced it to the GPU at this point. I'm really looking forward to how if this works, if this is a bit more stable. It's got way better facial recognition as well, so my expressions might be all over the place as I still tweak with it. Let's carry on from where we were before. Let's just tab out real fast because I need to check some stuff. I think we're all clear. I think we're ready to go. I think we're all ready to go. There we go. Combat in Pathfinder can be extremely challenging. It can if you roll like me. It definitely can if you roll like me. But yeah, last time in Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous, we saved the inn. We had a massive fight outside the Defender's Heart, and thankfully managed to save it. We fought off a bunch of arsonists and a Minotaur in the end, which we managed to eventually kill. And we finished up, and I think we hit level 4. Yeah, I think we hit level 4 either during that fight or just after it. Hey, Tritosi. I need to earn some money. We have 7,000 here. I think I need 9,300. I think for. I need to get my hands on sorting price from descending order. Is it not with you? Somebody has the thing I'm looking for. I'm trying to figure out who it is. Is it you? Is Sally Ratimus? Yeah, 9,300. You got the Icy Protector, which is what we want, because we want to give that to Camellia, because Camellia is going to benefit off that, because Camelia's got Ice Plant, which is going to give Camellia an additional +2 bonus to AC. It's going to help her be even more tanky. As well as giving cold resistance as well, but that's not the important bit here. The important bit is the that. Oh, those named people? Indara and Pinka. Those are named people. Okay, let's go a quick check around here, because we also managed to recruit Nenio last time. I need to rest as well, but I think right now we don't actually have a time limit, so we can just relax and chill. Right, personal chest. Let's put a lot of stuff we don't need back there at the moment. Heavy Flail of Weakness, Marching Terror. The Heavy Flail is probably useless. I don't think we're going to use that for anything, but I've got it nonetheless. Let's go talk to Best Girl Ember. The elf in front of you is young, still an adolescent by the standards of their long-lived folk. A childish, carefree smile plays on her face, and her wondering eyes linger on you for just a moment before darting off again into the distance. Terrible scars cover her body, and a few of her fingers are missing. A crow sits on her shoulder, observing you with its clever black eyes. Tell me about yourself. Well, They call me Ember. I used to live in the River City, and now I walk with you. That's my story. Why do they call you Ember? I've had many names. When I was little, Mum and Dad called me Dove, or Cricket, or Kitten. Dad called me his ray of sunshine. And when my mum was cross, she called me by a long name, a grown-up one. I can't remember it, no matter how hard I try. Then, when I came to live in the River City, the good people called me different funny names, like Ember, or Torch, or Smoky. I don't know why. They called me Birdbrain because I have a crow. They called me Lucky 7 because of my fingers. She raises her hands. The middle finger on her right hand and the two smaller fingers on her left are missing. They sometimes called me Grilled Meat and said I was stupid, but I didn't feel hurt. I mean, they're right, I really am silly. They didn't mean to hurt me. I like Ember. It's a good word. Embers are like people. On the outside, they're grey and cold like stones, but they're warm inside. You can blow on them and they'll start a fire to help you survive a cold night. That's wonderful, isn't it? Ember it is. Now where are you from? Far away, from the flower country. The girl gestures vaguely off into the distance. It's so beautiful there. Everywhere there's flowers blooming, golden towers and waterfalls, and everyone is like me, with pointy ears. There's no round-eared people, no short ones, no horned heads. We all lived there together, me, my mom, and my dad. Mom and Dad argued a lot. Dad used to say all the good people should go on the crusade and fight the demons, and Mom said he was silly because it was so far away and none of our business, and that he shouldn't abandon his child. She meant me. But he didn't abandon me. He took me along. He said I was born the same year that the hole into the demon world opened. He said it was a sign that I would be one of the heroes to close it. Of course I'm not a hero, but I'm here anyway, helping as much as I can. Where did you get your scars? It happened by accident. My dad and I came sailing down the river to join the crusade. Dad said that all the good people were going to the world wound to heal it. He said the crusaders were the best people in all the world. And together we were going to win. But when we arrived at the River City, the crusaders got everything mixed up. They thought my dad and I were bad and decided to burn us at the stake. Dad died, and I cried so loudly that one good knight realized it was all a big mistake. He started yelling at the other crusaders, and even the one in charge, and then walked right into the fire and got me out. The others wanted to stop him, but he took out his sword and scared them away. The kind knight took me to a healer. I later learned that while the knight was pulling me from the flames, he himself was burned so badly that he died not long after. But I'm still alive. A few fingers missing, and my skin is funny. I've lived in the River City ever since. I never had my own house, but I had many friends, and then the demons came, and I met you. You know what happened after that. We have here. Is it really so easy for you to forgive them? I'm not sure I could be so merciful. And that lynch mob called themselves Crusaders? For shame. They must have thought they were doing something lawful and just. That's what happens when people get the law to do the thinking for them instead of their conscience. That's probably what I'm going to go with anyway. No, you see, for some reason they were afraid of us. We were their friends, and there were lots of them and just two of us, and they had weapons. And they still looked like my dad and me like we were going to bite their heads off. Even when we were already on fire. Even when that good knight was carrying me away in his arms, they looked at us with terror. I don't think fear ever has any reason to it. It just lives inside people and makes them do evil. Do you worship any deity? No, she's an atheist. The girl shakes her head with an unwavering smile. My dad taught me to pray to Iomade. He said she was a kind goddess, and she called the people to crusade against evil. The knight who burned my dad and me worshipped her too. They even lit the fire with a prayer to her, and she did nothing to help us. But then one kind knight alone, without any gods, changed his mind and saved me. I think the gods are the same as us. They don't understand anything, and they're scared of everything, so they hurt themselves and the rest of us. People worship the gods only because they're afraid of being responsible for themselves, and the gods listen to praise, and they become smug and arrogant and begin to believe that they're better than us. But they're no better. They're silly sinners just like the rest of us. Sometimes I pray to the gods. Different ones. The good ones, the bad ones. I ask them to stop. Stop fighting and hurting each other. I don't know if they ever hear me. But if they do, the knight who wanted to burn me, he was able to change his mind and do a good deed. If he can change, maybe Baphomet can too. How did you survive on the streets? The elf shrugs. There are many good people in the River City. When I sang for them in the street, they'd often give me coins, or bread, or sometimes even clothes. I shared everything with the other homeless, and they showed me where it's safe to sleep, where I could get out of the rain and cold, where I could find discarded things. When the demons destroyed the River City, I looked for my friends, but I found no one. They probably all died. The homeless have no supplies or weapons or basements to hide in, and the knights won't protect them either. Knights are like gods, so self-important. They're saving the world after all. What do they care about the homeless? Still smiling, the girl shrugs. Where do your magical powers come from? These tricks? I had them from my grandma. She used to be my father's grandma, and before that his father's. I've never seen her myself, but she's very clever and kind. When I lived on the street, sometimes she left food for me or a blanket in the winter. Sometimes I feel her stroking my hair as I fall asleep. But if I open my eyes, there's no one near. She also sent me soot. She scratches a crow's beak, and the bird grumbles happily in response. She tells Soot how to do different tricks, and Soot teaches me. Failed a low religion check. With a +1. Of course I crit failed it. Of course I crit failed it. Good morning. My first dice roll of the day, and it's a 1. First die roll of the day, and it's a 1. How about that? It seemed that Ember doesn't know who gives her these powers. Her familiar was obviously sent by a powerful creature of good. Perhaps an angel or a fae, though you couldn't say exactly who. You're always so cheerful. How do you manage to remain so hopeful when we're surrounded by such horror? Hope? She tilts her head and continues with a smile. No. Hope is a lie. What we should hope for? What should we hope for? This world is in the hand of demons. The gods can't help, or they don't want to, or they forgot about us altogether. The people know they're about to be eaten by demons, but still they quarrel with each other and fight and steal. There's no hope, only us. We have to win without hope. It'll be hard. The entire abyss is against us. We can only win by some miracle, which means we'll have to make one happen. Well, the choice we have. We'll work a miracle and win, because we have to. The elf smiles broadly. I love Ember. Ember's such a good character. Ember's awesome. I have to go. So go! I think she's like full up like neutral good. And she's 100% neutral good. She's the most neutralist, goodest person you'll ever meet, I think. We'll have to rest at some point. We also have to talk to Nenio. And there's also, we can talk to, I think, you, because we found your, no, that's that one different thing. Which one is it? Is it time for banquet? You have to go to over there. The outcast, we met Kaylessa, we trusted her and let her go. We have to tell Thorn about that, I think. Or at least catch up with Thorn. What's up, Thorn? Autumn Haze. I met Kaylessa. Thorn's melancholic expression remains calm, but his entire body tenses, and his fingers wrap around the handle of his weapon. Under what circumstances? I hope you seize the opportunity to kill her. Are you certain of your allegations? I am. Her misdeeds are terrible and proven with absolute certainty. She claims she doesn't serve the demons. Of course she does. In an attempt to buy her life, she would stoop to the boldest and most egregious of lies. Whose words do you trust, hers or mine? I let her go. After giving you a saddened look, Thorn stares off into the distance. Your decision is regrettable. I'm afraid that in doing so you've condemned her many future victims to death. I suppose it just means that bringing this hunt to a close falls upon my shoulders. Right, okay. Cool. Jurna. You got nothing. Woljif. You got nothing. Camellia has nothing, I think, either. Yep. Camellia's got nothing. Staunton. Indeed, it is, Chandra. Nothing there. Nenio. Girl, I am pleased with you. I asked you to bring me to safety, and that's exactly what you did. Indeed, having a follower to aid me is most efficient and frankly pleasing. With you on hand, I shall conquer new horizons, plumb the depths of knowledge hitherto unknown, and scale the dizzying heights of future discoveries. I stopped to catch my breath. What I mean is, I'd like to express my deepest gratitude. I foresee immense potential in our future cooperation. You always express your delight so effusively? What? Who are you? Nenio stares at you for a while, bewilderment in her eyes, but then it's replaced by recognition. Oh yes, my new follower. So what am I supposed to do? Oh yes, I must provide some verbal encouragement for your as yet modest achievements as I try to induce you to strive for more of such encouragement. That is the principle that underpins any training. She frowns, but only for an instant. Ah, I see. Your modest nature was unsettled by the overabundance of my gratitude. I do apologize for putting you in such an awkward position. I will never praise you again. Unless I forget. But let's get back to business. To the business at hand. Your new assignment will be to take me to the inconspicuous ruins that are located in an even more inconspicuous valley lying between Canabris and Dresden, as soon as it is reasonably practical. I'll mark the place on your map with a large red cross, so you won't forget it. What's so special about these ruins near Canabris? I'm glad you asked. This is my greatest hypothesis, my secret project, and I won't pass up the opportunity to share it with you because you are my most loyal follower, and you are worthy of possessing such knowledge. And also because you're the first person to ever ask me about it. Some time ago, I was walking around the border of the world wound and I met a strange person. He was wearing a frayed grey robe and his face was hidden behind an odd white mask. Of course, I didn't miss the opportunity to ask him about the reasons for his absurd appearance, and you know what he said to me? He said, I am the answer, but what is the question? And then he walked off in the direction of the world wound. The next day, after I had already forgotten about the first encounter, I had another similar encounter. This time I met an elven woman, judging by the pointy ears sticking out from behind the mask. I am the answer, but what is the question? She said, before taking off towards the world wound. Then I realized. Everything became clear to me. I know a mystery when I see one. Consider this one of my myriad talents. After all these geysers aren't simply on the way to a costume party, were they? After examining several maps, I determined that they are all heading in one direction, to a place not far from Canabras. A place which is marked as nameless ruins, even on ancient Sarkorian maps. That's the place I need to go. Unraveling the secret of that place will be my greatest discovery. It will secure my place in history, perhaps even legend. How do you know where we have to go? Do you know how to find a beehive in the forest? You need to catch 2 bees, then set them free in 2 different locations in the forest, and remember the directions they fly in. You need to take a map and draw lines showing the bees' routes. The place where the lines intersect will mark the location of the beehive. Fascinating, yes? By the way, forest bees do not make any honey. I used the beehive principle here too. For a couple of months, I tracked the strange people in the masks and observed the direction in which they were traveling. I collected the coordinates, mapped their estimated routes, and made a discovery. All the routes intersected at the nameless ruins not far from Canabras. What do you expect to find there? I haven't the slightest idea. If I knew what was hidden there, I wouldn't be so eager to go. These ruins aren't very far from Canabras. You could easily get there all by yourself. Why do you need me? Don't you see? This is a legendary secret place. Who knows what may happen to me after I lift the veil and uncover the workings of the universe. My mortal body may be unable to contain all that knowledge, or perhaps I will ascend and become equal to the gods themselves. I need you to write down everything that happens and report my fate to the interested parties in Absalom. Don't forget to praise me as I deserve while you're there. You know, those ruins of yours might just turn out to be just that, ruins. In that case, we'll write this experiment off as a failure and start another one. I don't know which experiment to try next. Well, that's all I wanted to do. Well, now you know, so off we go. Did I just make a rhyme? Perhaps I've discovered poetic talent in myself? Let's conduct an experiment. Quickly, say any word and I'll try to rhyme it right away. Creation. Crustacean. Cogitation. Not the best rhymes, don't you think? Well, this experiment was unsuccessful. We have learned that I have no poetic talent after all. But it's no reason for despair. After having a gift of poetry in addition to my inexhaustible intelligence would have been a little too much. Besides, I am catastrophically busy and have no time to spend on writing poetry. I don't like it when you call me girl. My name is Chandra Nalar. On the grand scale of world history, your name is irrelevant. I have no reason to remember it. You see, the brain of any given individual can only contain a limited amount of facts. I only expand my memory on things that are truly important. The laws of thermodynamics, divine esoterica, planar geography, things that will lead Golarion to a brighter future. Besides, what if I make a great discovery, but I won't be able to remember it because my memory was full of outdated or useless information? What a nightmare that would be. What a loss for the whole of Golarion. But you do remember your own name, right? Only so I know what to put on my author's name for my encyclopedia. Are there any names worth remembering? There are, and to my deepest regret, there are too many of them. The names of gods and demigods, the names of rulers, conquerors, and other persons by some reason deemed great by the people of Golarion. They etched their names into history, and, alas, every self-respecting educated person must know them. But there are some names I'm happy to remember. Great scientists, some of them divine, others mortal, true keepers of knowledge, and experimentalists, the pioneers of knowledge, Iori, Nethys, Arilu Vorlesh. Admiring Arilu Vorlesh is going too far, don't you think? Oh, by no means. She's the greatest of the greatest. Just imagine, she managed to open a rift from Golarion to the Abyss. No one knew how, no one believed it possible, no one even dreamed of such a thing. And she just did it. It was the experiment of the century. And then he wipes a tear from her eye. I would have been so happy if I could have been in her place. Of course, some of Golarion's population died as a result of her experiment, and the Crusaders are still wrestling with the consequences to this day. But the very essence of what Arilu managed to do was a breakthrough of cosmic significance, both figuratively and literally. Sooner or later, the world wound will be closed, peace will return to Golarion. As for the victims of the ongoing war, they will be remembered as unfortunate but unavoidable sacrifices that made at the altar of science. That's an interesting way to look at things, though I'm not sure the Crusaders would agree with you. Are we talking about something? Tell me about yourself. I'm an explorer, a pilgrim, a yet-to-be-recognized scientific luminary, future author of the Encyclopedia Golarionica, and the rector of all of Absalom's universities at once. Future rector, I should say. That information should be enough to satisfy your curiosity, because I doubt I'll be able to tell you more than that. Where are you from? That information is irrelevant. I've decided to forget it. How did you become a scientist? That information is irrelevant. I've decided to forget it. You have a circle tattooed on your shoulder. What does it mean? Oh, that. I don't remember the circumstances of its creation, but I like it. I prefer to think of it as a zero, null, nothing, a center point, an origin of coordinates. It reminds me of how much of the unknown world there is to explore. You don't remember how they got the tattoo? That information is irrelevant. I've decided to forget it. How can you just forget important pieces of information? This is just one of my many talents. The secret is to stop thinking about the thing you want to forget. And the main thing is not to remember anything you don't need. To filter it. To get right to the essence. I'll teach you someday. Unless I forget. What's this encyclopedia? Do you remember your parents? Your past? Where's that all relevant to? All of it is irrelevant on the grand scale of world history. I have no reason to remember such things. Forgetting your origin, knowing nothing about who you are and where you're from, that's terrible. Or is it, I admire the capabilities of your memory. In a sarcastic tone of voice. What? What were we talking about? What's this encyclopedia you're working on? The Encyclopedia Gallarionica will be published in 100 volumes, 1,000 pages each, plus the author's addenda, appendices added by future co-authors, and critical commentaries. Addenda indexation is still in question. I just like the number 100. I'm not sure that I'll be able to keep within the established word limit. It'll be a magisterial piece of scholarship that will become a part of the mandatory curriculum of every educational institution worth mentioning. In it, I intend to describe every object, item, event, fact, and personality that is present on, or at least somehow related to Galarion. Our calculations show that I've completed no more than 1% of this monumental book. I'll stop torturing you with questions for now. What were we talking about? New task? We've done everything? Okay, we've done everything. Okay, cool. Nenny was also a good character. This conversation lasted approximately 5 minutes. It lasted longer than that, I think. By the way, did you know that this is the same amount of time the Inquisitors of Canabris need to find our defendant guilty? But to shake off Inquisitors chasing you takes 5 times as long. That experiment proved that running while clad in heavy armor is not burdensome for them at all. I like Ninu. I like all the characters, to be honest. I think we've spoken to Wendu. So this is these two I don't... There you go. Anything, Wendu? You promised me an army of mongrels. Oh, well, fine, we might as well talk about it. Wendu narrows her cat-like eyes. And I will give you one, mistress. But first you have to rebuff the attack on the city. Syl has spent his entire life preparing for the Underground Crusaders' return to the surface, and is not going to take any risks. He'll order the tribes to hide in the caves like rats, and he will decide whether they are strong enough to fight side by side with us. Maybe he will decide that it's better to sit this one out and wait for another chance to come along. You have to fend off the demons, win a glorious victory, and show Syl that ours is not a lost cause. Then he will give us his warriors. Then it'll be my job to turn them into real soldiers. That's it for now. Right, who are you? An imposing young Oread. So she is. Surrounded by a crowd of crusaders who are hanging onto her every word. I hope this example clearly illustrates the difference between just legionaries of the last war and the crusaders. The perfection of form and spirit they were imbued with during creation turned them into parts of a well-balanced war machines, not a ragtag bunch of individuals, but a united whole. What is Jitska? The Jitska Imperium was the first human kingdom to establish itself in the Inner Sea region after centuries of darkness and devastation caused by Earthfall. No idea what that is. The citizens spoke a nearly forgotten language called Jitska, whose alphabet became the basis of the alphabets of the modern language of Skald, Verizian, and Taldane. At its height, it dominated all of the northwestern Garand and also parts of southwestern Avestan. I think we're in Avestan at the moment. Raids of the desert nomads and attacks by powerful outsiders from minus 330 onwards, 3300 onwards, and the lack of a strong eastern trade route led to the slow decline of Jitska. Osirion, a then burgeoning kingdom under the control of the powerful pharaoh of the Forgotten Plagues, pushed westwards. It overthrew the already weakened Jitska, and the Imperium was plunged into numerous succession wars around negative 2764, from which it was never again able to recover its former political, military, and economic power. Basically, it's in the Old Kingdom. Now tell me again why I'm supposed to be impressed by your reckless assaults, where everyone is fighting for their ego and for the right to beat their peers to a swift but pointless heroic sacrifice? Some of the Crusaders grumble unhappily, but it is clear that they are captivated by the woman's words. The only exception is a scraggly and disheveled halfling monk, whose puffy black eye gives him away as a brawler and a troublemaker. He enthusiastically pushes forwards and tries to engage, but one of his friends swiftly jabs him in the back with an elbow, making the poor fellow pause to catch his breath. It looks like we got ourselves a student of warfare. The woman gives you a suspicious look and raises an eyebrow. Were your words meant to recognize my achievements, or to start a fight the way Mendavian Crusaders usually do? One of the Crusaders angrily curls his fists tightly and retorts with a burst of passion. If these gists of yours, or whatever, had come for us, we'd have their guts for garters. You think we never fought a mighty adversary before? The soldier's stern facade cannot fully conceal his relish. He clearly plans to enjoy this confrontation. The Crusaders around him look upon their exotic opponent with a mixture of irritation and piqued interest. The woman chuckles before cutting off her interlocutor. I would love to see you storm a 60-foot-tall walking castle shaped like a gigantic elephant that carries siege fortifications on its back. And I'll have you know those fortifications were defended by Jiscan priest craftsmen armed with demon-bound war machines. They use the enemies you cannot defeat as mindless weapons. The woman gives the people around her a triumphant look and adjusts her clothes with pointed nonchalance. Her voice takes on a lecturous tone. You should not argue with someone who happens to be the most authoritative researcher on the history of warfare 3,000 years before the foundation of Absalom. The lecture's over. Do my esteemed listeners have any questions? Start the fight immediately. Who are you? I am Indara, a warrior, magus, and scholar of classical warfare from Garund. The woman peers at you apprehensively and sighs. I admit that I'm mildly offended by the fact that my name is entirely unfamiliar to you, but I'm willing to accept that this is due to Avistan's location from the sophisticated culture of the world at large. You've come a long way to be here. I like to think of myself as an inhabitant of Galarian, and I don't narrowly identify with any country in particular. Why did you come here? To witness a legendary war. The confrontation between denizens of a plain famous for its love of violence and the Crusaders from every continent, united by the common goal of defending their home. An epic struggle of colossal proportions that hasn't been particularly epic so far, truth be told. The monk with the black eye grins and mutters under his breath, maybe she just can't see it from here. The view will get way more epic if she stops hiding amongst us and takes a walk outside. The woman smirks contemptuously. She does not deem the monk's words worthy of comment. It looks like you know more about warfare than any of us. Oh, am I hearing things, or did someone finally acknowledge my competence in the art of warfare? Perhaps there's a sufficiently open-minded person among the Crusaders after all. I find myself pleasantly surprised. Why don't you join the Crusaders and show them how fighting should be done? No, I'm a historian, an analyst, a theorist. Do you know what these three words have in common? They describe a mortal woman who does not participate in the conflict upon which her thesis will be founded. But then again, I will hardly be able to describe this method as anything other than a feeble likeness of the last war of Jitska. The monk with the damaged eye grins slyly and comments, the more dangerous the upcoming scuffle is, the more motivated we are to find clever and pretty words to justify not actually doing the fighting. What is this last war you mentioned? The last war of Jistka, of course. A large-scale conflict that took place 3,000 years before the foundation of Absalom. It was a war against the Osirian pharaoh of the Forgotten Plagues. The war that ended the legendary Jistka Imperium, an epic struggle that became the most vibrant page in military history. Alas, all the conflicts that followed it were but a pale shadow, including the one I'm witnessing here. Why do you find the last war of Jistka so inspiring? Imagine legions of golems imbued with extraplanar spirits marching into battle. Imagine flying cities that swoop out of the clouds, like terrifying monstrous birds of prey, to drop forces on top of enemy castles. Picture gigantic mechanisms, powered by captive, and very angry, demons and devils. Imagine standing in the warpath of walking citadels, or having to cover your ears to block out the sound of cannons loaded with shrieking elementals. Finally, imagine the ultimate weapon that defeated the Jistka, the deadly night plague. This affliction was an attack dog, a trained epidemic, a tamed pestilence, striking only those who its master wanted to kill. Imagine all these terrors and understand that no flight of fancy can even come close to the horror of the nightmares that they made real. How'd you know so much about Jistka's last war? I can say without false modesty that there is no more authoritative leader on Golarion when it comes to the history of warfare 3,000 years before the foundation of Absalom. I've dedicated my whole life to this subject. I've personally visited old battlefields and studied the most mysterious and forbidden archives containing chronicles of ancient wars, sometimes risking my life in the process. I saw a fallen sky city of the Shori Empire with my own eyes. I ripped out the control crystal from an exterminator-class combat golem that guarded a Jistka laboratory with my own hands. These fingers held a glass flask that the servants of the Pharaoh of Forgotten Plagues used to create the first generation of pestilence that devastated the Jistka Imperium. How do I know so much? I saw and touched everything I'm telling you about. You're wrong to treat the Crusaders with such disdain. Allow me to explain. A debate? Oh, I'll be happy to prove that the current conflict can't hold a candle to the last war of Jistka. Very well. The last war of Jistka was waged using a significantly greater number of troops. Both sides actively relied on reinforcements from allied planes, and their strategic planning was perfected through no fewer than 7 rounds of intensive design. None of the above applies to this war of yours. Compared to the Jiska, we are but a stone club-wielding kobolds. I would like to conclude my thesis with a few words of wise counsel from Dagon, an advisor to the Pharaoh of Forgotten Plagues. I doubt you will comprehend the true genius of his statement, but here it is nevertheless. Had Gadfly seized the ox pays no heed to the gadfly, but the crimson fever takes them both. Now we have a choice. Well, I have to take a breather. The events of the past are shrouded in legend, but the fate of the world is being decided here and now. That is what you fail to grasp, with a guaranteed success. The principles of war are always the same. Weapons, causes, and resources may change, but the foundations remain immutable. A not quite guaranteed success. I want to do that one, I think, though. The principles of war are always the same. Weapons, causes, and resources may change, but the foundations remain immutable. Indara's eyes display frustration as she hears the audience, clearly impressed by your argument, murmuring approval. There is logic in your words, I give you that. Yes, the concept of war does not change. War never changes. But the degree of sophistication in the methods that we use to destroy our foes. The woman stops, realizing her words, no matter how ostentatious she makes them, no longer have the power to captivate the audience. As a scholar, I cannot deny there is a certain truth behind your skeptical statements. History is a complex discipline rooted in the fact and evidentiary base that grows ever more meager the further the described period is from the present moment. Of course, if I were to argue in bad faith, the way Crusaders embellished their tales of slaying a single Brimarack by adding a dozen Baelors, for example, I could win this debate. But I'm above such things, and therefore I am forced to admit that your skepticism is not entirely without merit. I'm sure you would have been able to expound on your arguments in a longer discussion. Dira nods with obvious relief. I am glad we both understand this limitation. It is always a pleasure to face a worthy opponent, even if the debate takes place in a grimy tavern. Perhaps especially because of that. Indira unbuckles her sword belt and hands you the weapon. This is a worthy blade. It will be of use not only for the strong, but also for the wise. And this is where I bid you farewell. Before the end of the day, I was planning to observe how winged demons use pack tactics to drive their prey like herds of livestock. It is about time I got back to my research. A hint of a smile graces Indira's lips when she sees disappointment in the eyes of many crusaders around her. Stay safe. Just teleports away. What did we get? The Claw of Jitska. Short sword. +1 short sword flaming. A short sword wielded by the Grafton of Garon. The scabbard is decorated with engravings that depict battles between Osirian and the Jitska Imperium, accompanied by Indira's musings embroidered in golden thread. It's essentially a 2d6 claw short sword. Someone can definitely, I think you can use that, can you? Can you not? You can't use this? Really?
Would you please keep this ugly thing away from me?
Really? Is that a martial weapon? It's a martial weapon. Who can use that then? You can, I guess. It's just a shame because I'm not actually going to use it. That looks so cool as well. That is not a martial weapon, for God's sake. Oh yeah, we definitely need to rest. Holy crap. Nenio, you've learned everything here. I could just spend some time teaching you stuff, but frankly, right now not really particularly bothered. Let's do a rest first of all. Anything left over? Sela, we've talked to you about everything. Yep. In Irabeth, anything new? I found Jenna Aldori like you asked. Yes, thank you. It's good to have her back. We need every fighter we can get. I suppose it's asking too much to want fighters that are sober as well. Okay, and you are the Pathfinder dude, right? Yeah, so we can do our retraining there if we must.
With grace?
Right, let's get this rest done then. Oh, before we get the rest done, I think we've done this. Have we done this already? Mirror image, sense vitals. You can't cast. We've learned spells of like level 3 and 4, but we can't cast them yet. Mirror image, create pit, blur, see invisibility. And we specifically got see invisibility because the last thing, didn't we? Yes. Okay. Right. And I think no one else needs to learn spells. You need to learn spells, but you just got a bunch of healing. Yeah, that's fine. And you've only got one spell to learn anyway, so Have a rest. Unavailable. Yeah, there's no point resting. There's no camouflage or water to be done here. Alchemy. You can do scrolls, can't you? You specifically can do scrolls. That's your entire shtick is scroll using. Choose a spell to scribe a scroll with. A character sent to this position can scribe scrolls. To scribe a scroll, they need to know the spell, have the skill, and attempt a religion or arcana check. It takes time to scribe a scroll. The higher the level, the longer it takes. Scribing the scroll involves between 1 and 5 stages, depending on the spell. If the character passes their check, then progresses. Scribing a scroll advances by 1 stage, while a failed check does not advance progress at all. Okay. What can we learn a scroll for? We can't do that because we haven't got a high enough level. Yeah, we haven't got a high enough level scroll scriber's kit. It needs to be a level 1 scroll. What? Mage armor requires a Bezoar. Oh, they require stuff. Okay. What do we have loads of? We can make a bunch of. We can make scrolls of slow ball. We'll give you what at the moment would be 4d6 damage per cold damage. Sleep. We reduce person. We can make 2 of these. Roll stick thing does 2 of these. Magic missile. Magic missile, maybe? Vanish. Magic missile. Can you... I don't think we've got anyone who's actually... No one actually has the brew potions. You can brew potions? Really? You can brew potions? What? Hey, take a backup because no. You can brew potions? You can brew potions. Why do you have? How do you have the brew potions skill? You don't know any spells. I guess we're just gonna cook instead then. We can cook some seasoned sides and wings. Spicy pastries, Woljeff's favorite. You know what? We'll do this now anyway, just because I want to find out what exactly having a favorite dish does. And it's only 45% chance of success though, because you can't cook. Let's find someone who can cook then. It would be you, but you're busy doing that, so it'll have to be you instead. Now we got a +8 here, and do still 70% chance. Give it a shot. Give it a shot. Why do you have to rest recommended period? Don't need to rest recommended period, just rest. Although, there's no time limit anymore, so... Supposedly.
You'd like Soku. Caravans, traders from all over Galarian. The city's always noisy with people speaking in a dozen different languages.
And you traded it all for some armor and the world wound? You paladin types are an odd bunch, and no mistake.
That's successful, wrong. We rolled a 19. We rolled a 4, which is still enough to break the scroll. They progressed successfully. Did we get a new scroll of this? Good. So did we actually get that? Received item scroll of magic missile. Good. Everyone's full up, right? Everyone's double checking. Everyone's good. Everyone's good. What's that? That you have the grape. You got a disease. You have a disease. You succeeded at your saving throw, but you got a disease. We're gonna have to let someone try to heal you from this. I can't do that. Treat affliction is not lore religion check. Who's got the highest person to do lore religion?
A sweet smile.
Lore religion would be whom?
Kind words will help me win their hearts. And if that fails, I'll
6
use my
there,
sharp nails instead.
7 there. 9 for Ember. It would be Ember. Ember would be the one to do it. Okay. I think we've done everything inside here. We need to earn the money, but we have gotten the money yet, so we must remember to buy that ring before we progress the chapter any further. I'll have to go around and earn some money. Right. Okay. This is the sanctified place, so we can rest here without being corrupted. The scrawny tieflings. Hello, tieflings. Look who it is. The tiefling raises a hand in greeting. Who would have thought that I'd end up in the Crusader army? Go figure. Did Irabeth accept you? With open arms. She knows exactly who I am and where I'm from, but she's come down with a convenient case of amnesia where I'm concerned. And who can blame her? The city's in a bad way. You don't turn down help in a situation like this, no matter what quarter it comes from. Remind me again, who are you? The tieflings. Yeah, they're the tieflings. Good. We know that much. How can you help us when we help attack the Grey Garrison? I'll tell you straight. We're not getting involved in any fighting. Warriors we ain't, but we can scout. Sneak right under the demons' noses and look for traps and hidden doors. In other words, we can smooth the path for your whole operation. And then all you'll have to do is go in there and bump off the demons. Nothing to it. Okay, so you have some trap reprieve there. Let's try and move the body of the Minotaur. Okay, anything happen with you? Nope. Joran, anything happen with you? Anything to look up? Anything to look for? Oh, that can go. I think that can probably go. Ooh, that's enough. That's a certain amount of money. How much are we gonna get for this? I'm 20 away. Come on. Sorry, yeah, quite literally 20 away. Find me 20 money. What can I get with 20 money? Give me 20. Where can I get 20 money from? That's 8 for the whole pack of that. That's 70 for the whole pack of that. 12. Okay, let's do. No, just the one. One fish, one edible moss, one tainted fowl, one edible moss, I guess. Right, that's 13. That's 9,300. So I can go buy the icy protector.
Friendship lasts forever.
Well, I need to go and find out what that does for Woljif. What does Woljif think of the fact that we hit the what is a? Do you have increased movement speed? Plus 5 cooking bonus to mobility, skill checks, and speed. So your speed is now 40. Oh yeah, you're fast today, aren't you? You're extra fast. Okay, what was it? Over you. Over here. Give me icy protector, please. That's all my money. But that specifically gives you a bunch of tank. Yeah, you go. Now, why can you use a rapier? Is a rapier not a... That's a martial weapon. Why can't you use... Because you're a noble. Because you're noble. That's why you got weapon proficiency rapier. Right, okay. Right. That's why. Shaman proficiencies aren't... It's just simple. Simple, light, and medium armor. You get here, you're gonna get Spirit Enchantment 2, a feat next level. Level 3 spells as well. That's Object Bond. Oh, okay. You started off, yeah, okay, fine. Let's get back to it then. Just need to get someone to cast to do remove affliction on her as well. Get Ember to do remove affliction on her. Actually, do you know what the DC for that is? Is it DC 15? So I gotta roll a 9 on the save?
A simple smile goes a long way.
No. I need to roll 6 on the save because 15 plus, yeah. Anyway, let's move on. That is the party. That is the party. Ooh, yes, that is the party. Right, has everyone done things? That's on. You know, I'm going to pre-do this now, just so I don't forget afterwards. I have 1 point of burn. Alright, let's go. Even though WotR has got the extra movement speed, it's just like, yeah, we don't need you right now. We can go direct there, but that needs WotR. I specifically didn't pick WotR right now. Damn. Garrison, Market Square, kill Ramian. That's still there. It's on the way to everything else, I guess. I failed sneak past. It's doing it again. It's doing it again, and I don't know why. It's doing it again, and I don't know why, because it means we're going to be hit by every single one of them if it keeps doing this.
Save the last one for me.
Stealth check? No? Oh, good. Also, it doesn't hurt that our stealth specialist isn't with the bloody party. We have a giant spider.
Away, you rascal!
What are we actually looking at? We're hitting on... We're hitting on 2s. Essentially, we could only miss that if you rolled a 1. Cool. Fine. Camellia. Charge you. Nenio.
You're irrelevant.
Wendu. You got the double axes, right? Yeah, double axe. Fly comes in. For... It did damage to me? I'm confused. I'm very confused.
Surrender, or else!
You're immune to evil eye, AC. Yes, no.
No glory without risk.
Okay, now that we're actually in a fighting location, Ember, can you use the treat of affliction on you? Fail to dispel. What's the actual roll? DR. Oh my, are you kidding me? Difficulty 12. I need to roll a 3 or better to heal it. I roll a 2. My god. Hang on, is that right?
I can do this.
No, that's definitely not right. Oh, this was the formation we had when what's name was around. I think that's better. Okay. Nice to know that we've already started well. The dice, my first die roll is a 1, and then immediately next. Yeah. So what's our current highest stealth? Because it's not high, is it? +2 there, +2 there. Yeah, +2. Yeah, we haven't got any. We haven't got a stealther in the bloody party right now. So we're not going to sneak past anything at the moment. Okay, so there is a rock there. Don't go there. Noted. We'll give it another. Do we have enough weapons to give it a go now? Actually, I don't know. I don't know if you have enough weapons to give it a go.
Is there trouble?
Because we have the vulnerability hex there, but it's only for a turn. You are back to full. That is a cold iron sword. That's fine. That works. You have a regular cold iron rapier, which does do full damage, but it's going to be doing nothing. You've got a throwing axe there, but you also have the Dark Horn, which is a cold iron and enchanted thing as well, which is also something you could use to attack the Vrock. And you literally have nothing. You've got absolutely nothing. Literally absolutely nothing. Oh well. Okay, let's get some buffing done. Normal buffs. Mage armor for you. Did you cast the mage armor?
Favorite aid.
You did cast the mage armor.
Yes.
Right, you cast the mage armor back then. Okay, I need to buff that up. Mage armor. There. You can cast mage armor there. See, invisibility is not required at the moment. It actually is required now, but it's not going to be a buff setup. Short buff, because blur doesn't last very long. There. Mirror image. No, that's also a short buff. Buffed. What are my short buffs at the moment? Bless is a short buff. Enlarge Person is a short buff. Bull Strength is a short buff. Mage Armor is a short buff there. Blur, Mirror Image. Yeah, that's correct. That's right. Okay. That's done. You currently have an overlap of Mage Armor. But Mage Armor is better anyway. You cast See Invisibility. Let's see if you can find the invisible guy. When you definitely were here. We heard you last time.
This is my time.
Did that grumble?
to shine.
Bricandilu? Why?
No time for idling.
Where do you want me?
Heartbeat
Start lobbing.
quickens.
Start lobbing immediately. Ember. Vulnerability curse. You. Save succeeds, but it's not a problem because we're basically going to be doing this anyway. Camellia. Take a chill for a turn, please. Nenio. I mean... Right, you, Chandra.
Your time is over.
Oh,
You
damn it.
offend me.
Right, fine. You're gonna take an extended range one. And Sela. There's 3 every kind of okay. You, Ember, on you, please.
For apologies.
Okay, you failed your saving throws. That's gonna be lasting for a while. Oh, that's the AC one, damn. That's not the vulnerability one. You failed this under armor. You succeeded this under armor, which means you have no armor bonuses at all, which is not great. Okay, Nenio. No, do Jolt.
Mind over muscle.
You're immune? You are specifically immune to electricity. It's not even a resistance, you're just immune to electricity. God damn it. Son of a bitch. Mendu, please.
They'll beg me to stop.
Yeah, I don't need 9s to hit now because of that. Right. You no longer, I think, debuff,
Stand
but
down.
it worked anyway. We actually did 15 damage there, so that'll do. Okay, Sela.
The Inheritor, guide my blade.
Do vulnerability curse on you. Saving throw failed, so that's gonna last for like 3 turns. Bricandalu. Oh, Sunder armor is gone now. Thank God for that.
I'll cut you wide open.
Again, need a 3 to hit. Roll a 2. Nenio. What can you even do, Nenio? I mean, use a crossbow, I guess. I mean, can you like do like daze them? You got daze, right? Can you daze them?
Nice try.
Target dice.
Didn't work though.
Too many hit dice. Flare, just literally nothing to them. Okay. Wendu, please.
I'll rip you apart.
So you still got vulnerability curse, right? You do. Okay, so
Away, you rascal.
okay. Sela,
The light.
good.
Take you.
Ember, vulnerability curse on you. You succeed the saving throw, so it's just this turn. Thunder armor against Camellia successful.
The spirits demand your blood.
Good vulnerability curse, so I can actually hit you with. Never mind.
No match for me.
Now you can definitely.
Your time is over.
There we go. Turn that back on again.
Exciting.
Okay, that works. How long is that active for? Another 40 minutes. I heard another one. These definitely weren't here last time.
How cute.
Were they? It was never mind. Yep.
So exciting.
The invisible person was definitely like under this tree last time. You just didn't have a scene visibility scroll. Are you in here now? Did you move?
With grace.
We're supposed to find you somewhere. You're definitely in here, right? Fear of the Faithful? Where the hell's Ramian, please? I'm not going to kill you, that's not a problem. If I kill you, I'm going to go back quite a few saves, because that's not going to happen. Where the hell? And is the... You haven't gone back to the prelate, have you? Prelate was like over here, I think? Or was the prelate? Over there, I think. Go to this house. That's still apparently in Fog of Warishness. Oh, hello. 3 rat swarms. Interesting. Amelia. Rat swarms are not really your thing, so we're just gonna... Chandra, they are, however, your thing. You do full damage to rat swarms. Ember, move up. Wendu? I don't know where the other rat swarms are, but they're probably going to be around here somewhere. Delay until the end of the round, please. There you go, rat swarm. Coming up over there. Hypernova! Woo! I don't know if you can... Can you even do damage to them? Nenio. A little bit of damage, but hey. Wendu, can you actually... It is half damage, right? Yeah, it's half damage. Okay, Camellia, again.
You are today's
It's half damage. Right. Chandra, if you would like to blast them, please. Never mind, need to roll 4, roll a 3. It's gonna be one of those days. You are immune to this, I assume. Yeah. Are you actually hitting anyone? I don't think you are. Are you missing? Saving throw failed. Can you actually get stunned by this? You are. You're actually stunned by this. Amusing. Nenio. I don't really...
I'll rip you apart.
I don't really complain about Nenio too much in this regard.
Go for their hearts.
Because Nenio doesn't have precise shot.
Down.
There we go. Was there anything in here? These people were not killed by demons. Yeah, yeah. Where the hell is Ramian? I think we're going to go over this way. Just remind... You know, I'm gonna quick... Okay, there's Ramian. I've got you now, traitor. I've tolerated your heresy for too long. I should have been more careful about who I let into the city. If you had listened to our warnings and not looked for traitors in every shadow, then perhaps this tragedy could have been avoided. Enough! He seems to be a split second away from slicing the Asimar's throat. What are you doing? Let go of him! Oh, hell no. Thank God I just saved that. Screw that. Yeah, screw this. That's not happening. I thought I didn't quick save. Shit. Well. Is Chandra a modded character? In what sense? She's my character. Well, then she's the character I'm playing in this. She's the player character. In what sense do you mean is she modded? She's like a standard kineticist, elemental engine kineticist. Like the images, the custom images, that you can do custom images very easily in this game, much easier than you could in Kingmaker. Okay, there's the Ever Candlews over there. The image here, if you go create a new game, I guess just set up everything I forgot about. You are... Oh my god, you remember. You remember between saves. That's kind of concerning. Which means I don't need to see invisibility, do I? God damn it. I was gonna say, shit. When you make a new game, and you go to build a character, you go to custom portraits, and it lists your custom portraits, and if you have one, it says create new custom portrait. And it literally creates a folder with 3 placeholder images that are exactly the right size you need, and you can just go to that folder and basically, with a bit of shenanigans, you can just basically make those images the images that you need to be in your character. I just picked pictures of Chandra, which, if you're not aware, is a planeswalker from the Magic the Gathering. He's a flame plane. It was one of the original planeswalkers from Magic the Gathering, one of the first ones to be released. Oh, believe me, I know. Right, now we go buff normal. Yeah. Okay, so Chandra... It's not going to work very well because you haven't got the vulnerability curse, but it'll be a good start.
They will break against our resolve.
I play EDH exclusively and often. I haven't played Magic in a long time, but EDH is definitely my good fun one. I started playing Magic before. Oh yeah, it's when you still play EDH. So when it's like, yeah, I call it EDH. I don't call it Commander. I have a really nice EDH deck. I haven't touched it in years, but I've got a really good, really fun Kalia of the Vast deck, which unfortunately is no longer legal in EDH because they banned a couple of the angels, just shut down someone entirely. You're not allowed to play Iona, I don't think, anymore. You can't play Iona, and you can't play... Yeah, Iona's in the deck. Of course she's in the deck. There's 2 angels they banned from my deck, and I can't remember what was it. Was it just Iona? I haven't touched the deck in years. But I specifically got Iona in that deck. It is not allowed in EGH for obvious reasons, because the second you play her, your opponent can't do anything. Do I have Crystal Burn in the deck? Maybe? I don't know. Is the stream smooth, by the way? I haven't dropped any frames, but I think Streamlabs is lagging a bit for me, but I don't think it's affecting the stream much. I think Streamlabs is lagging on my end, but I'm not sure if it's affecting the stream at all, because I'm not dropping any frames. I think it's just actually... Yeah. It might be related to that then, maybe. I'm not sure. Because it was smooth before. What's happened since then? It's fine now. It's being in the game that does it. Oh, it seems to have improved a bit. Okay. No, it's. I wonder if it's the rain. Because I offloaded facial recognition to the graphics card, so maybe it's having to deal with all this at the moment, and it's kind of not enjoying itself. You literally can't do anything here, Nenio, so
I'll remove this.
fire a crossbow. You actually hit, which is fucking amazing. When do... I mean...
No match for me.
Ember... We're about to end the... You know, delay to the very beginning of... Can I delay until the very start of everything? There you go. You're gonna be the very end of everything. Which means everyone goes before you, which means you go through everything. It's 0 damage because they're demons. I wasn't expecting to do anything. It'd be 1d8 minus 3. Minus 3 because... Hang on! I know you've got 5 strength, Nenio, but a crossbow shouldn't care about your strength. That's bullcrap of the highest order. I appreciate that minus 3 your strength will give you minus to your attack rolls, but that should not apply to a crossbow, for God's sake. Your actual strength is irrelevant at that point. Nenio, you're still doing nothing of any use. Sela... Brace yourself. Okay, Sunder Armor did work, unfortunately. Second Deborah Candaloo. Okay, Chandra. You're gonna delay until after Ember, because we're gonna coordinate our...
I'll cut you wide open.
Okay, Ember, you're gonna vulnerability hex you. Then you're gonna back the hell away. Chandra. Take a 5-foot step in that direction.
Away, you rascal.
And you need to roll a 2, Chandra. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm actually gonna have to pick... Hang on, was it actually a 1 I needed to roll? Did I actually need to roll a 1? Yeah, I needed to roll a 1. I have a plus 10 attack bonus against an armor class of 10. A 1 would have done it, but 1 is a critical fail. Son of a beeswax. Oh my god. There's literally nothing you can do. There's not a single thing you can do, Nenio, so just chill for a bit. You're basically... I need to find something for you to do.
The inheritor.
Essentially.
My blade.
Right, Wendu, take a step back.
They'll beg me to stop.
Sunder Armor succeeds, unfortunately, so attack you,
The spirits demand your blood.
then just do that. Ember, you're gonna go for vulnerability curse on you. You fail the saving throw. That's gonna last for you for a while for you, isn't it?
Surrender or else. Too late for apologies.
Too late to apologize. It's too late. Hang on, you did fail the saving throw, so you're under the effect of the curse, aren't you? You are. Why is it not mentioned under effects and conditions?
I'll hit you.
You are under the effect of this curse. You just... whatever. Chandra.
Your time is over.
Nenio, again, make use of the fact that you're still under...
No glory without risk.
Oh my god.
No match for me.
You are today's sacrifice.
Jesus, alright. Chill. Chill, Camellia, damn. Ember. Vulnerability curse on you. Chandra, step back.
You offend me.
Nenio, step back. save before the... I forget about going to do... I gotta attack immediately then. I'm gonna go deal with Ramian, but I gotta attack immediately. I cannot allow what's name to succeed here. Hang on, am I going the right way? That's where the rat swarms are. I might as well deal with rat swarms.
They choose to stand against me?
There's no real reason not to deal with the rat swarms. Yeah, yeah. Oh my god, it's suggesting I use channel that... How much damage is that gonna do? Really? Remember, take a step back and I don't know, just... You're immune to that anyway, so just Divine Zap. Is immune to Divine Zap. Really? Why are you immune to design? Why are you immune to Divine Zap? Immunities to... Immune to spells with a target. Interesting. You're immune to spells with a target. Huh. Okay. That doesn't apply to you, though. Weird. I mean,
Stand down.
you do full damage to swarms. Right, okay. Camellia, I kind of want you to just take a step back here, if it's all possible. Just because...
Go for their hearts!
Get out of the range of...
Into the fray!
They'll beg me to stop.
Ember... I mean, there's literally nothing they can do, so... I can't put them to sleep, that's a mind compulsion thing, I can't vulnerability hex, and there's nothing I can do there. I can't evil eye them. Enyo. I mean... Right, Chandra, over here please, and then... Thank you. That'll do. Save again.
I found
Hello.
something.
Got some jade and some emeralds. Nice. Okay. Okay, so we know we have to go down here.
My time to shine.
Short buff time? Run. Yeah, so we're basically have to get your hands off him. What's this? More traitors? Cultists? Spies? Kill them! Kill them all!
Tear your throat out.
You need to keep... Okay, you're gonna keep him alive. Okay, we're gonna basically have to kill this guy, guaranteed. Extended range, don't gather power. On Horun. Beautiful crit. And also it means, because we need to increase our burn levels, we actually have enough. Sela? You can't charge? Path target is blocked.
Again.
As a slightly... Really? Okay.
The Inheritor, guide my blade.
Wendu?
No match for me.
Okay. Okay, you're gonna be healing yourself. Okay.
You won't stop us.
Nenio, think. Do whatever we can here to basically lower you.
I'll cut you wide open.
Need to keep him alive at all if at all possible.
Away, you rascal.
I wonder, because now I'm running with... Am I running with 0.1 still? Oh, the damage is plus... Yeah, okay, that's fine. And we did... Yeah, okay, good, fine. Sela?
No glory without risk.
Oh my god, please. I'm fairly certain I cannot use... Why do you reduced damage? Nope. I can't let them kill Ramian. I cannot let them kill Ramian. I'm hoping I haven't actually bollocks this up, actually. I'll be honest with you, I'm 100% hoping I haven't actually bollocks this up. Because if I bollocks this up, I have to go back to a long time ago, and I mean a long time ago. Right. Short buff. Wrong way, wrong way, wrong way, wrong way.
So exciting. What's that?
If I've bollocked this up, I need to go back. How far do I need to go back if I bollock this up? A long way, like way down here, possibly. Like I start loading from here to check up, which is like 8 hours in. We're currently at over 12. I'd lose like 5 hours if I fuck this up.
With grace?
Get in there. Yeah, I'm gonna attack you.
Save the last one for me.
Right, Ember. I'm assuming I can't do this to you. So we're just going to do what I should be doing, which is basically evil line your AC to make it easier to hit. Wendu?
No match for me.
Oh my god, please, I need to start... I can't be doing this hitting bullshit here. Okay, one Inquisitor got Serenity, so he can't attack without taking damage. Did we focus on you down first, maybe?
You rascal.
Yes, we definitely focus on them down because they're way weaker than this guy is. Sela? I can't smite evil because they're not evil. I'm pretty sure you're not evil. You're lawful neutral, you're Inquisitor. Level 13 Inquisitors, oh Jesus, I think he's gonna be a pain. Get close enough and see what happens. You failed the saving throw? Oh my god, that was literally a 5% chance to fail that saving throw. Holy shit. Okay, it's finishing you off. You take damage by doing that. Again,
Surrender.
keeping
or else.
that there. Wendu?
They'll beg me to stop.
Okay, that starts with him. Camellia? Bless? Ramian, run, please. What's Shield of Dawn before you get too carried away? What is Shield of Dawn? I can't even see what the hell these things are. And because you've cast it, it's not even listening. Okay, Shield of Dawn. What is that? Any creature that strikes you takes damage. What are you? You are a level 10 cleric. Okay, so it'll take some damage. Chandra, please.
Your time is over.
I'm gonna keep hitting you. How much XP have you got? 111. This is gonna be difficult. Okay, can you...
No glory without
You failed the saving throw again? Oh my god, legend. That's not gonna work, is it? Well, yeah, fine, to do this instead. Maybe a little bit helps. Keep that AC down.
Too late for apologies.
Wendu, please. Oh my god, please.
The spirits demand your blood.
Critical hit 1. Adamantine full plate. Right, that's why you're doing bullshit damage. Archon's Aura?
You offend me.
Okay, you succeeded that saving throw, which means you're gonna be just one. Yeah, now you get a turn. Okay, you're attacking me. That's fine. Sucks, but it's better than the alternative. We can take a hit. Ramian can't. Ember,
I'll hit you.
keep his AC down. His AC is high enough as it is. His AC is 24, so if you manage to lower that to 22, much better.
I'll rip you apart.
Please. Oh, it's 24 with the reduction. Shit, okay.
You are today's sacrifice.
Constricting coils will have succeeded. You are trying your best, to be honest.
Stand down.
That's why I like the fire attacks. With your massive AC, your touch AC is still 13.
The Inheritor, guide my blade.
This pain is excruciating.
Ouch. How much HP have you got left, by the way? 11. I'm hoping that
You won't
basically
stop
we
us.
can do it with... You haven't actually hit him once, Wendu.
Beg me to
Thank you.
stop.
Chandra, please.
Away, you rascal.
Thank you. Killed Hulrun. Let's get some looting done real fast. Before we talk to Ramian. We have here Longsword of Right. Adamantine full plate. Grab everything we get our hands on. You get a heal up.
Trust me.
Magritium Turinos. Magritium Turinos.
Right. Right, Ramian. The Asimar brushes himself off and fixes his once fine robes, which are now ripped and bloodstained. I thank you for your help. Hey, Muxkai. I am Ramian, prior of the Temple of Desna.
Reporting for duty.
Former prior, I should say. Our temple lies in ruins now. But I am alive, and Hope is alive too. Turning to Hulrun's body, the Asimar brings his hands together in a brief prayer. I'm sorry for this. Really, I am truly sorry. Hulrun did not understand what he was doing, and he did so much harm. But he sincerely believed that he was fighting for the good of the city and the entire Crusade movement. In another position, he could have done so much good. What other tidings do you bring? I don't want to believe that Canabras has fallen, that everyone is dead, there's no one left to fight. Please tell me, there are pockets of resistance still left in the city, where I can be of some use. Did you really know of the demon attack before it happened? I did. We have a secret ally in the enemy's ranks. No one knows who this brave soul is, but she has been feeding us information about the demon's plans. These dispatches have come to us by the most reliable channel bestowed upon us by the great dreamer herself. They have come to us in dreams. Prelate Hulrun brushed them off as meaningless reveries, and, well, I admit that it isn't always easy to distinguish our allies' messages from ordinary dreams, but even ordinary dreams are gifts from Desna, and are always worthy of attention. The prelate, and all the crusade leaders for that matter, should have put less store in reason, and more in intuition, inspiration, and spontaneity. The longer this coward blathers on, the more I want to give into inspiration and spontaneously cock his teeth out. What's more, not long before the attack on the city, a blind elf who calls himself the Storyteller arrived in Canabras. This wanderer wasn't merely a collector of legends, but a scholar of the unknown. According to him, the wardstone in our city, the first and most important in the chain of wardstones, weakened since long ago, was teetering on the brink of corruption. It seems that the Red Morning Massacre and other demon attacks, even the ones we fended off, did not leave us unscathed. Unfortunately, the prelate did not wish to listen to the storyteller either. We're lucky he wasn't burned at the stake as a heretic. We had such vital information on our hands, information that could have saved the city, but no one cared to listen. All the way to our catastrophic end. Not all dreams have benign origins. What if those dreams were sent by demons? In a different time and place, someone could have become the victim of false dreams sent by monsters. But here, in the war with the Abyss, the goddess is keeping a close eye on her most faithful followers. I have no doubt that if a demon tried to intrude upon our dreams of any one of us, Desna's punishment would have been swift. Believing in divine providence is terribly unscientific. You should follow my example. I prefer a scientific experiment over blind faith in benevolent destiny. Or better yet, several experiments. Friend, your experiments, how to put this, they don't look very scientific. How do you find out the fire is hot? Sit down buck naked. That's your idea of science. Dilettantes. Tell me about the strange rituals that you were going to be performed on the wardstone. When my attempts to open Horun's eyes ended in failure, a few of my young adepts resolved to take matters into their own hands. They did not consult me before doing so, but I have never demanded iron discipline from my priests. Army commanders may have subordinates, but I have pupils and fellow worshippers. I can only inspire them, I cannot command them. And it seems they were inspired all of their own. They had no ill intent, they only wished to access the Warstone in secret to try and cleanse it, but to Horun this became perform a suspect ritual after hearing even more suspect voices in their dreams. The children wanted to save their city, but the Inquisitors detained them and almost killed them. I had to intervene. I used my authority and my power as a cleric to give them a chance to flee. If they hadn't gotten away, they would have been destined for a cell in the Prelate's dungeons, and, quite likely, death. Irabeth Tirabade of the Eagle's Watch is gathering survivors at the Defender's Heart Tavern. You would be very useful there. Commander Tirabade? I do not know her personally, but her wife Anevi is a regular worshipper at her temple. I would be glad to aid them in this fight. I have to go. Thank you for listening to me and defending me. I will now go to the Defender's Heart. I hope to see you there. May Desna keep you. Stranger, wait! You saved Ramian. I saw you. The young voice comes from nowhere. Oh, hang on. I forgot to remove the spell. I hope Horun's dogs aren't lurking nearby. The pale youth materializes before you. His face looks haggard from lack of sleep, but he's clearly pleased to be speaking to someone, and he's walking away. Goodbye. So you're one of the Desna adepts that tried to break into the Wardstone? Yes, I am Ilks, cleric of Desna, one of the people who answered the call in the voice in dreams. Some unknown person made contact with us through our dreams, telling us about the demon's plans. We learned that the demons were planning to attack Canabras and do something terrible to our Wardstone, which already carries the taint of corruption. Prelate Hulrun refused to hear our wardings. We had to make a choice. We could either throw up our hands and pull back, or take action, even though it would cost us our lives. But what heartless person could stand by in the face of such a deadly threat? What were you planning to do with the Wardstone? Our plan was to get to it and then follow our instincts. There were 3 of us, a cleric, a mage, and a bard. Between us we know a lot. We were capable of a great deal. If we'd had enough time, I'm sure we could have figured out what was wrong with the Wardstone and how to heal it. But they didn't give us time. I know how you feel, boy. Devising the experiment and then being unable to conduct it is of the greatest tragedies. I can also tell you that writing daily petitions to the Inquisition of Iomade requesting even a small piece of the Wardstone for study has no chance of succeeding. Yes, the local commanders got roped into dealing with this. Some idiot kids tried to break into the Wardstone, apparently some of ours, but who even knows these days? I know there's no evil in you. I can sense things like that. But what you did was so stupid and impulsive, someone could have got hurt. I know that from experience. How did you even come up with such a plan? How could we not come up with that plan? You can sense the young man's temper rising. Listen, Desna is the goddess of luck, but luck, as many lay people would understand it, and luck as we, the followers of the musical sphere, see it, are far from the same thing. Other people believe that luck is something good that falls into your lap just because, like a generous but unearned reward. We see luck as a fundamental law of creation, according to which even the darkest hour of the most hopeless situation, a chance of rescue and of change for the better can arise. But you've got to seize this chance when it presents itself, or better yet, create your own. Followers of Desna are not people who like idleness and inaction. That's why when Canabras was in trouble, we did as our goddess had taught us. We took matters into our own hands and tried in a moment of desperation to pluck our chance from the hands of fate itself. You were trying to help. Can't they punish you if you were trying to help? Is that allowed? How could a zealot like Hulrun become the respected defender of Canabras? I need to do that one as well. His faith is incredibly strong. His faith is strong, incredibly strong. The people of the city have seen him fighting on the front lines time after time. I myself remember feeling dumbstruck the first time I saw that gruff old man slaying demons in a fit of righteous fury. The people living on the edge of the abyss need protecting, more than anything else, and that's why they are prepared to forgive their protector for almost anything, even prejudice, paranoia, and the death of the innocents. Also, Hulrun hasn't been as brutal as he used to be for a long time. He has his loyal right-hand man, WotR, known as Hawkblade. He's a witch hunter too, but a good deal more rational and even-tempered. Hulrun trusts him completely, and WotR always conducts a thorough investigation before dragging a victim to the fire. It's our bad luck that WotR left Canabras in pursuit of some particularly vicious hags 2 weeks before the attack. If he were here, he wouldn't have let Hulrun attack Ramian. On the other hand, if he were here, he wouldn't have escaped after trying to get to the Wardstone. We'd all be in a cell right now. Whose voice have you been hearing in your dreams? Nobody knows what it is, but everyone who has heard her, I should say, is convinced that she's a good and pure soul chosen by Desna. We had a choice. We could trust her, accept that we have an ally somewhere who isn't afraid of all the armies of the Abyss, or we could drown in suspicions, and get one step closer to becoming just like Hulrun. We decided to trust the voice. And seeing Canabras devastated, which is what our unknown ally tried to prevent until the very end, I can see now that who had the truth on their side. Where are your fellow worshippers, and how many of them are there? Unfortunately or unfortunately, I don't know where they are. We split up to confuse the Inquisitors who are chasing us. Do you need help? That would be great. I have no hope of finding my friends in this chaos, and I'm scared to think what would happen if the Inquisitors or the demons get to them first. Listen, my friends are called Aranka and Thal. Thal, the Wallflower. Aranka is an amazing singer and a truly beautiful girl. She has plenty of friends and fans. She's probably blended into a crowd somewhere. Wallflower is a mage. I don't think he'll risk using magic. It would only bring the Inquisitors down on him. He'll be hard to find. You better find Aranka first. She might know where Wallflower is. Please, find them, and protect them against the demons and the Inquisitors. I will await the news in the Goddess's temple. I hope our mysterious helper will send us a new message that will reveal what is to come from the demons. We have to go. Okay, so... Find Aranka the Desnan singer. She's unlikely to give herself away, but she can be found by looking out for signs of a highly talented singer and musician. The Outcasts. Yeah, fine. The Common Cause. We got the Clerics of Desna. More Than Nothing, we gotta go to the Ruins. League of the Inspiring Cart, we have to go to the Houndheart's camp. Okay, we gotta find the Desnan singer. Is it here? Okay, save. How long is our buff how long is our buff going? Our short buffs. 2 minutes still. Okay. Our buffs are still 2 minutes in.
This is my time to shine.
Let's try the Vrock again, shall we? Bonuses don't add up. Oh, our prayer's about to run out. Shit. The Vrock is right there. Crap. Okay. Okay, so we got Bless, 2 minutes. Blur, 2 minutes 15. Bull Strength, 2 minutes 15.
What's on your mind? I wonder.
Okay, your blesses run out. Damn.
Rely on me.
I'm always open to ideas.
Okay. We saved. We did save. Let's try this one more time.
You'll make a fine.
There are definitely more beings here than there were last time. Windu? Start dealing with the ones that we can have issues with. Honestly... Heal yourself. Chandra? It's complicated, but...
Your time is over.
Start. Nenio, you are the really complicated one because I have no fucking clue what to do with you. You can Divine Bond one of them, but it's still not going to be helpful to get one spell back, which is really not useful. I'm going to try putting it... no! Shit! Oh, you're running back this way? Okay, cool. Yep, there it is. There's that one. Okay, so... You're going to Divine in Favor for a minute. We'll Smite Evil in you as well. Ember? You're gonna Evil Eye you for AC reduction. You fail the saving throw as well, so it's actually you don't usually need that for a couple of rounds then. Again, does it? Okay, 48 seconds. Okay, now it's showing. Okay, Vermilek. Fuck. Okay. Okay, let's
No match for me.
focus on the little guys first, because the rock is going to be
Go for their
causing problems. You used Greater Teleport to move? Like... Sure, I guess? Nenio, right, try to do this time. One of the directions is in the hole, at least. Sela, Lenahan's self. Try to keep you as healed up as possible and start attacking the rock. Mirror image is fine. Like it's, you hit the target and you're hitting on a 4 at the moment. Ember. Well, you currently lost your... You're still suffering from that, so go for the attack roll penalty then. You failed that one as well. Okay, you failed both of those, so you got a -2 to your AC and -2 to your attack rolls. Vermlek, annoyingly, you gotta deal with that shit before he kills us all.
I'll rip you apart!
I'll cut you wide open.
Oh, she fell into the damn hole. Shit. Who's stunned? Seala's fucking stunned. Great. Put that Vermlek down. Did some damage, but it's still not great. Can you blinding ray you in any way? We hit. It got rid of a mirror image. It got rid of a mirror image. You're stunned, but no longer anymore. Ember, heal thyself.
Yes, yes.
And move like over here. That Vermlek is going to be a pain. Fiendish giant fly. You turned up out of nowhere. Where the fuck did you come from? What the fuck? Excuse me? Where the fuck did you guys turn from?
Too late for apologies.
Let's keep that way. That is. Okay, you're moving forward. Maybe you're out of other things to do. Did you get out? You got out of the damn thing, didn't you? Yes, you did. Oh god, there's so many things. Wendu,
They'll beg me to stop.
you hit the Vermlek. Jesus, you got too many attacks. Fender, back out there. Unfortunately, I think you... Did you actually hit... You... No, you don't hit. You did some... You killed something, at least. You missed that one, fine. Okay, you need to heal yourself.
Into the fray.
I definitely need to... If I reload this, I need to deal with these guys first. I mean, I can probably deal with these guys now, it's just annoying. Ember... Honestly, Ember, you need to go over here. And then you need to full heal you.
Yes.
A bit more. That rock is going to do so much damage. Okay, you...
No match for me.
Camellia, you actually out of that? Oh, you're prone. If you stand up, you die.
This will leave a
Okay, so let's reload that. That is possible, but getting attacked from back didn't help. And that Vermlek didn't help either. God damn it. They were not there before. They were like they were given chance to spread, I think. I do want to deal with that rock though, and it's definitely possible to deal with that rock now. Okay, so let's go over here.
Exciting!
Where?
I won't let you hurt my friends.
Oh, they weren't there before. Wendu?
I'll rip you apart.
Stop that. Enio?
You should have listened to reason. I will fight.
I was gonna say, there's more stuff here.
Surrender or else. Mind over
There's gonna be one
muscle.
more thing here.
No time for debates.
Yeah, one more thing here. Enio,
You're irrelevant.
I mean, you've been hitting moves left, right, and center. I mean,
I'll cut you wide open.
fair play to you. Chandra, please.
Away, you rascal.
Good. Right, that's them dealt with.
With grace.
Save. Come on, move forward a little bit at a time. Okay, you got eyes on the Vrock. We're all buffed up, we're as buffed as we're gonna get,
The
so
world is full of wonder.
let's get an extended range start, basically.
You'll make a fine trophy.
No spell resistance problems. I gotta roll. Oh, shit, I gotta roll 14 to get through your spell resistance. Okay, attacking you with spell resistance is gonna be a pain. Really? I can't even.
It should work. Is it flawed? It should work.
It
Is
should work.
flawed?
Loot that. Right, start with.
For apologies.
You failed the saving throw. What is your will saving throw like? You get a +9, so it is more likely than not you succeed at that, but. Okay, we're gonna definitely smite evil you. If you just go in and charge in. There, you get some damage in there, and people get to see stuff. Nenio. Sela succeeds at the saving throw. Get in there and heal Sela. Please! Oh, for God's sake. It's a problem with the damn... That is an issue with, attack rolls, please. Okay, you succeeded that. Saving throw? Okay, that's fine. It's an issue with... turn-based mode. Sometimes that happens, which is very annoying. Endu. Again.
No match for me.
Sela. And that's gonna do... hurt everybody? Can't tell if it's gonna hurt. Is that gonna hurt everybody? That's gonna hurt everybody. You haven't got selective channeling, so that will hurt everybody. So there's no point doing that, and it'll heal everybody as well. Because it heals living, and they're technically alive.
No glory without risk.
Okay. Okay, so Nenio. Create pit there. The Vermlek failed, the Dretch failed. That Dretch didn't fail, unfortunately. The Vrock is still attacking close combat. Camellia, again, you... Did you lose concentration on the spell you were holding? Oh my god. There you go. Oh, there you go. You did cast the correct spell. Okay. Ember, move forward a bit. And how much health have you got? 3 hit points, which means you could technically die to Divine Zap. Chandra.
Your time
Oh,
is
wrong one.
over.
God. Okay. Wendu, can you kill these two, please? Sela?
Into the fray.
Oh, really? Come on. Don't need to be doing this. Enhance self. Nenio? Can you blinding ray you? Fails to overcome the spell resistance. What's your... You got a +6. You have 14s to roll. Okay. 13s to hit.
All right. I'm all right.
10. God damn it. Amber, get over here. And also, you basically... We're gonna double this up.
You offend me.
Wendu.
I'll rip you apart.
The inheritor.
Oh my god, I need to roll a 5 to hit, please. The Vermlek's up. Shit. Nenio. You died immediately? Why are you dead? You shouldn't be that. You're only 14 below. What's your constitution? What's your constitution? 14. You're just dead. Balls. Balls.
It should work. Is it flawed?
Why can't you heal?
It should work. Is it flawed?
It should work. It is flawed. Why is that working?
The spirits demand your blood.
You should be able to heal you.
Am I doing it wrong? Am I doing it wrong?
You're not doing it wrong. Why can't you get healed?
Am I doing it wrong? Am I doing it wrong?
Because you're technically dead.
Sure. Reporting for
Saber.
duty.
That's why, because you're technically fucking dead.
You.
You're not just downed, you're actually dead for the purposes of this fight. Oh, goddamn this rock. It started off so well. It started off so good. Is this Vremlik is definitely the problem here. That Vremlik is definitely the one's causing big issues. But you just can't kill it quickly. I still don't think I can take this. Like, can or I cannot take this fight? God damn it. Right. Get over here.
Exciting.
I will help where I can.
Okay, you're gonna do
Rely on me.
that. You are gonna go for a extended range on you.
Only you
So is
deserve my
restless.
beat.
Go.
I won't let you hurt my friends.
No overcoming spell resist, fine. Okay, Vendu.
They'll beg me to stop.
I'm in Bless is still active, right? Yeah, Bless is still active. So, you're not really doing much, or you just use that, and I guess you can do that, but it's 4 rounds. It doesn't matter. It's a morale bonus. No, it's irrelevant. It's morale bonus. Not useful at the moment. Chill. You. Smite evil on you. And get in there. And then you. Let's Ember.
Surrender or else.
Right, okay, now let's move around a bit.
No match for me.
Gotta kill that Vermlek at some point. Sela.
The light take you.
It begins. This bullcrap. Okay, and no. Cast that there. Both of the dretches fall, at least. That's something. Although you just get back up again immediately. You didn't manage to pull off a stunning screed. They all failed. They all fucking failed. They all sodding failed. Ember. Attack rolls on you. Chandra. Dealt 1 damage. He drops back up. Okay. Wendu is stunned. This is stunned. Oh my god. Nenio. Okay. What's the AoE? What's the area on this? 'Cause I don't want to get hit by this. Spell resistance and will negate. So there's no. Will not too bad, but still. Right, Dredge, Rock, Okay, Ember, move the F up and start healing.
Yes.
And you do the same problem. Oh my god, this is a
Away,
pain.
you rascal.
I'm actually going to turn on defensive fighting for... Okay, get a heal in there. Rolled a 9. 2 d8 plus 4 and roll a 9. Because of course I do. It's Sela. I think you have any... What's your mobility like? Your mobility is 3. So if you dodge, your AC goes up by... No, not you. You. Your mobility is 3. You're right. You got 3 on mobility. So your AC would go up to 27. Your to hit would go down by 4, which means you'd be rolling on plus 10s. And your AC is 22. You need 12s to hit. But I think that would actually be beneficial. You actually have even higher AC technically, don't you? Specifically against that guy, you got higher AC because of the Smite Evil. So we are going to go for a defensive fighting.
Into the fray!
Now you're hitting with the -4 fighting defensively, but now your AC should be 27. And you're hitting on plus 10, so you need 17s to hit. Nenio, again, keep blinding. At some point you'll have to hit. Okay, 16s to hit. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You roll high enough that doesn't make a difference. And I'm rolling 9s. I need to stop rolling 9s.
Time is over.
Wendu.
I'll rip you apart.
13. Problem. You need to stand up now. Thank God for that. Linhan's self.
No glory without risk!
Ah, goddamn the Vermelic. The Dretch. Nenio. You blind everyone. Critical miss, great. Brock. Thank you. God damn. Amber. Keep hitting Sela. Sela's like, we need Sela to survive this. They just failed their saving throw, so they fell back in the hole.
You offend me.
Need to hit a... Of course, I mean...
No match for me.
Did I just roll? Yeah, I did. You, again, get a heal onto Ember. Because Ember needs to survive, and now you're kind of useless. Not true, you got the one of Pure Light Wounds. Okay. Heal yourself.
The light take you.
Okay, spores, concealment, 15, 15, 15, 15. Okay, Ember. Lower the thing's attack rolls. Is your AC still 27? Good. Chandra?
Stand down.
Nope. Wendu? Camellia? Not much you can do here. I mean, get in flanking range is the best I can give you. Sela, you're still fighting defensively.
Into the fray.
Need 8s to hit. God damn it. Wendu. No, Wendu. Nenio.
This pain is excruciating.
Okay, Ember. I think that thing just ended. They're both up now. Need to keep your ACs, your attack rolls low.
Away, you rascal.
Force the hit, why not?
They'll beg me to stop.
2s to hit. Roll a 1. It's phenomenal. You failed the saving throw. Holy crap. Okay, you've actually you're stunned for a turn. Okay, you just got hit by a bunch of... The Dretch just died. The Dretch tried to stand up. Okay. Ember, let's take a step back here and hit you with the AC.
Your time is over.
No match for me.
Am I at my limit? You are today's sacrifice.
The light takes
Rock is
you.
down. Yep. The rock is down. So you had abandoned flesh. What does that actually do for you in the long run? You heal yourself off of it. There's a downside, isn't it? Because you're attacking you're eating the body you're currently in. So you lose the you lost your armor bonus to AC, which means your AC must be now low, right? Yeah, your AC is now 12.
You should have listened to reason.
Vulnerability curse.
You offend me.
I'll rip you apart.
Pain is
Rock is dead though.
excruciating.
Holy crap. How much XP? 90 XP for the rock, Jesus. Okay. Well, let's loot some stuff. The Vermlek had a longsword.
Am I at my limit?
Let's get some healing done, can we? Let's get some resting done, I think. Oh, you still got spores. Okay, you still got spores. Hang on.
I'll prove I am the best.
So... Can be destroyed by casting Bless on the affected creatures.
This pain is
Okay,
excruciating.
fine. Who can cast Bless? Probably... You must have a scroll of Bless, surely. You got a scroll of Bless? Just cast it. There you go. Rock is dead though, which is nice. Ability 19?
I am helpful, am I not?
Was it Nenu did that? No. Kamede did that. Okay. I think... I cannot remember. I'm trying to remember. Saver, is Aranka in this map? I can't remember. I'm trying to remember if Aranka's on this map or not, because if not, I can just leave. And I don't want to be looking for it needlessly if I don't have to be. Go for a rest as well. Spicy. Okay, let's do things. So, protective rituals. You. Camouflage. You. No, it's not the... It's the bard, it's the bard, it's the bard, it's the bard. Night Watch. I mean... Technically, you're still one of the best people for this. Alchemy, you're the best cook, so you're going to cook a... What's this do? 1 temporary hit point per level per day. Sure. Yeah, scroll scraping, but no one can scrap scrolls, so put you there. And frankly, you just help with the camouflage. Well, help with the protective rituals. Alright, you are camouflaging. Backup camouflage, they don't want to be attacked right now. Rest for not the recommended period. Rest for less than that if it's all possible, please. Just heal what we can heal.
You think you're better than me because you're from a noble line. You were raised in captivity. But I grew up free, able to do what I wanted.
Oh yes, you were able to sleep on Cold Rock, and now you fancy to change to this one. I, on the other hand, sadly had to endure sleeping on a bed the size of your entire encampment. I must say, your undisguised envy is really quite charming.
Okay.
Save the last one for me.
Oh crap, we did actually get interrupted. Balls.
Stand down.
By a single shear? Are you kidding me?
I hope you appreciate this. Go for their hearts! A success worthy of praise.
Yeah. Shit, we didn't finish the damn rest off. Wendu, get up.
Call me again if you need to. Into the fray!
I think I did it. Too late for apologies. Away, rascal.
Tried to charge out? Silly thing. Can you carry on the rest, please? Yes, we definitely failed that, yeah. There's no incident in the part where nobody's watching, but where there was somebody watching. That's problematic. The gentle clip-clop of hooves. It's ASMR, that's what it is. The approach of a shear is ASMR. Right, let's get out of here then. Okay, well, there's a bunch of stuff for us to do now. So, we cleared everything out there. The sheer audacity. Nice. I approve. I approve of the pun. Okay, what do we got here? We have Silken Thread Atelier, Friday's Party House, Better Banquet, Tower of Estrad, Gorm's Mansion, Tour Past Solutions, Turbid Residence. A bunch of stuff for us to look. Where's the closest nearby? We can't go, there's no point going there now. The Blackwing Libraries were the... Okay. We've got 3 things up there. Ooh, can we even go around this? I don't think we can go around that way. Let's clear that. There's only 2 here, right? Let's go clear this place out then. Hanged cultist. That saves time. Boop. Some reagents. Sweet. Blackwing Library. Keep going. We spot the enemies for the first time. Oh, now you're doing the stealth checks. Good. We'll still fight them because, of course, we will. You want the story of the 5th Crusade to go differently? Grab a copy of the original adventure path and the tabletop and play your ends. Okay, who are we facing? What are we facing against? We're facing some giant spiders. Also, we're going to take the time to buff. Basic buffs anyway. I'm not going to... I don't think I need to go for extensive buffing.
Your time is over.
Okay, who's going where? Wendu?
No match for me.
Oh, we are. We did surprise them. Huh, funny.
I'll hit you.
Wasn't expecting that. Oh, can you do charge that? You can. Nice. And you can go ahead and just zap you, I think.
I'll remove this obstacle.
No, you won't. Chandra, would you be so kind?
You offend me.
You seem to have way less health. 17, 23, 39. They're all just giant spiders. You're just the higher level one.
I'll cut you wide open.
You're just the higher level one. Not sure why.
I'll rip you apart.
Amber, lower your DCs. Your ACs, I mean.
The Inheritor, guide my blade.
You failed your saving throw. Good.
You're irrelevant. Stand down.
Go back to you using Jolt as standard.
How cute.
Too many eyes, the spider wins the evil stare off. I don't know. I do find it hilarious thematically that that the nicest person you'll ever meet has the evil eye skill. Lost a bag? That looks like something we can just get something from real fast. Yeah. Do you want to enter this location? Yes, I do. Do you want to save? Yes, I do. You're doing it for me, but I'll save nonetheless.
What's that?
Hop down here real fast. Loot. Loot. Ooh. It's a padded armor of some kind. Padded armor of focus. Plus 2 bonus on concentration checks. Unfortunately, you still count as having arcane spell failure, so you're still not armor. I give a shit about. Does anyone care? I mean, you can't even wear the armor. You can't even wear the armor. I mean, you can wear the armor, but it's a huge loss in DC, and there's might as well do that anyway. Oh yeah, you! I completely forgot to equip shit after we killed Holrun. Heavy shield. That's a more appropriately looking heavy shield for you. And so what is the long sword of right? The cold iron +1 does additional damage to chaotic creatures. Oh, I don't know. I like the chance to stun though. Yeah, because she gets Hellfire Ray later. It's really hilarious. So that's just nice, but Abrupt Force I think is a better weapon. And just straight up adamantine full plate. I mean, it gives you, even lets you get your dexterity bonus back. Holy crap! And it gives you DR. It still gives, and also gives you like DR3. Yeah, you skip DR3 as well. Even more tanky. Sweet. You can technically use that armor, but I need you to keep. I want to keep. Do I want to keep you light? I do kind of want to keep you light on some level. You're going to be kind of our stealth. Okay. Ooh. You've equipped the armor. Have I equipped? I know, I removed it. Yeah, I removed it, never mind. Right.
With grace?
Are they hostile? Chaleb Crusader. Barrel of flammable alchemical substance. Crusader Chaleb. Oh, they're burning people on a pyre. A stocky knight with a head of messy black hair stands before you. His armor is splattered with blood. He greets you with a deep, booming voice. The hefty crusader smiles merrily, paying no heed to the blood-curdling shrieks coming from the pyre and the acrid smell of burning flesh. They burn well enough, don't they? Cursed traitors, Arilu's minions. These vermin infiltrated the Crusader forces and aided the demons from inside the city. But I caught them. I am Captain Caleb Sazomal, and these men are my subordinates. A strange feeling rises up within you. It is pure instinct. You don't know what you're about to do, but you're certain that it is right. Take a closer look at the Ruthless Crusader. My perception is 11, Lore Religion is 9. Caleb is talking too loudly, all while casting sidelong looks at you. You've seen similar behavioral quirks before, in liars. Chaotic. Requires Trickster Mythic Path. What happened to the library? Who are you punishing? Examine the Crusader's armor and the symbols on it. I think we can do this still. You notice that the emblems of the armor of the two Silent Crusaders belong to the Order of the Flaming Lance, but Caleb's armor bears the sigil of the Order of the Sunrise Sword. Strange, then, that he introduced himself as their captain. Something's not right here. What happened to the library? Demons showed up and carried everything off. I wasn't here to see it myself, I was fighting in the square, but these filthy traitors told me everything. My fists made them quite chatty. So, what, you tortured them? Do you think those methods are worthy of a crusader? Under ordinary circumstances, no, but look around. The city is burning. Now's not the time for squeamishness. And who are you punishing? The warrior howls like a wild animal. Look around you. The city is in burning ruins. So many innocent lives lost, and all because of the abominations like these here. Cultists, heretics, and spies slipping into our ranks, carrying out the orders of their brutal masters and preparing a heinous death for us all. They want to give us over to the demons, just like Arilu did with Sarkoris. They deserve to feel the flames leaping at their legs. You come up with nasty words to use against people. You call them heretics, cultists, spies, so you don't have to call them people. Good people, just like you. You'd feel bad to do this to people, but not to heretics. Without those words, you wouldn't be able to burn them. Why wouldn't he? I feel pity for no one. People are not. I kill whoever I feel like. We are at war. We are forced to kill people. Every person deals with this pain however way they can. This good knight is lying to himself when he says he's killing heretics, not people. You lie to yourself when you say killing doesn't hurt you. I can't lie. I just bear the pain. Put out those flames! I order you in the name of Baphomet! The words fly out of your mouth before you can even think them. Some gut instinct told you that this is precisely what needs to be said in this moment, and the words hit their target. The Crusaders jump in surprise and look at each other in terror. Ma'am, we didn't know you were one of us. You heard her, put the flames out! Cuffing his lackeys around the head, Caleb herds them straight towards the fire. All three of them start trying to fight the flames, showing no concern for their own safety. The inexplicable feeling of rightness flows through you. You enjoy seeing the look of oafish terror on the faces of the Crusader and his lackeys when you rebuke them for their fecklessness. You blithering idiots! You cack-handed dimwits! You empty suits of armor! You watch in satisfaction as Caleb and his two lackeys rush to put out Alchemist fire. Their armor becomes covered in soot and welts rise on their skin from the flames. Succumbing to another strange oratorical impulse, you chivvy them along with barked orders and florid invective. Quickly, you worms! If you keep dawdling, I'll throw you to the furnace at the Grey Garrison. Caleb grunts in wordless terror and desperately fights the flames. Every so often he sends murderous looks at his associates, whom he is clearly already condemned to death. Wendog is overcome with laughter. Move, you pathetic lumps, or else the mistress will let me do whatever I like to you. So which one of you idiots fancied being locked in a chest with a dozen hangry rats? Whoever doesn't pull his weight is a dead man. I'll take the other two to Baphomet's sources. With a wary look in your direction, Caleb abandons his own attempts to quell the flames and turns his focus to thumping and kicking his subordinates to hurry them along. The method proves surprisingly effective and the flames begin to dwindle. just keep following the damn thing. Report, who are you? The Crusaders lies bilged in fear as he walks out. Caleb Zazomal, former knight of the Order of the Everblight Crusaders, deserter. These are two of my mates from playing cards, local fences with stolen goods, reliable men. We set an ambush and caught 4 Crusaders. We wish to join the ranks of the triumphant army of the World Wound. I must admit that the rationality of this individual should be questioned and subjected to thorough study for the purposes of establishing the existence of said rationality. What? I should kill you, worm, for daring to speak to the mistress as an equal when you should kneel before your superior. But we need all the warriors we can get right now. Caleb takes in Wendog's striking appearance and the colour drains from his face. Caleb is a Crusader name. Are you a Crusader? I hereby give you a name worthy of a demon. Foul Snout! Caleb biting his lip, the bold cultist proudly thrusts out his safe. Thank you, madam! Foul Snout furrows his brow in a display of menace, trying to show his brutal determination to take on all the Crusader forces put together. Stop wasting valuable fuel. If you like burning books, go rig the Grey Garrison library. Our enemies might try to sneak in there. Step to it! There's plenty more where that came from, ma'am. I'll do everything you've ordered, and just as soon as those Crusaders arrive, they'll be dead meat. I'll go make sure that we get another 2 barrels of Alchemist's fire from Grey Garrison storeroom. Things are gonna burn up right in there. A blind elf stands before you. He looks extremely strange. His face wears his ears heavily, which is unusual for members of his race. Thinning grey hair, a ragged beard, sightless milky eyes, pale papery skin, covered in age spots, a spine curved by the passage of time. This is not how elves typically age. The youth that graces the faces of elves, even on their deathbed, has totally abandoned this decrepit specimen. That is an elf. With a beard. I guess the worst can be found among even the best. A bearded elf, how very intriguing. If you please, I would like to pluck out a hair of that phenomenon manifesting on your chin. In the interest of science, of course. The old elf holds out his hand in your direction, in the perennial gesture of the blind greeting you with an unexpectedly strong and calm voice. Hello. I am the storyteller, and I wish to thank my rescuers. That is you, if I'm not mistaken. How come you didn't burn in the fire? To tell the truth, I myself do not know. I felt the heat, it was so strong. I waited for the pain, the burning, but I was unscathed. But the smoke nearly did finish me off. It may be some form of magical protection against fire, but I don't know by what means I may have acquired it. Just another oddity from my collection of inexplicable. Gloom steals across the storyteller's pensive face. Who are you? I prefer people to call me storyteller. It very accurately describes the sphere of my occupations and interests. In most of the places I have been, I am known by that name. When I was little, my mother and father used to tell me stories. But I have no one to tell me stories now. Sometimes Grandma does in my dreams, but I always forget them in the morning. Can you tell me a story? The corners of the blind elf's mouth slowly creep upward. For you, I may have a story to tell, but perhaps it is you who has a story for me. I want to talk to you about something. In thanks for my rescue, I of course will render you a service in turn, whatever it may be. However, at this moment I wish to be somewhere safer than the present surroundings. My recent adventures have fatigued me greatly. I would be grateful if you could help me to save shelter of some kind. I am taking you to Defender's Heart. Please accept my sincere thanks once again, and if I may, please don't rush. I will struggle to keep up with your young legs. Do you want to go to the Defender's Heart now? I suppose you should rest up and get rid of that. Well, rest up, get rid of the debuff on Camellia. Alright, so we're back here. Storyteller's over there. Let's have a chat with you and then we'll rest as well. Actually, how close are we to leveling? Halfway. Chaotic good, chaotic neutral, neutral, neutral good, neutral evil, undetectable, lawful good. Okay. The blind elf looks better than he did in your last encounter. His clothes are clean and his pale face has some color. The elf turns to you and listens closely. Is that you, my savior? I recognize your footsteps. Determined footsteps befitting a determined person. Allow me to thank you again for saving me. Please accept this humble gift as a token of my appreciation. The elf hands you a small black ring with 2 scarlet runes on it. Erebeth has explained why you were looking for me. I warned the authorities of Canabris that the local wardstone has been desecrated. They waved off my warning and paid for their inaction. I have examined many wardstones, but only in the one guarding Canabris did I sense a flaw. A spot of corruption inside. A vulnerability that the demons will surely use. They are able to spread the blight inside the wardstone, corrupt it, and make it their weapon. It frightens me to think what it would be capable of. The wardstone must be destroyed. Who are you and why did it let you examine the wardstone? I am the storyteller. Just an old elf, and a bit more. I am old, even for an elf. I have seen many things, and have been to many places. Not so long ago I witnessed the making of a young kingdom in the Stolen Lands, led by a remarkable and promising individual. Gwydioni Balalak. From Beric's playthrough. My advice on the complicated matter of conquering those lands proved useful to that leader. This is not uncommon for me. Some seek my advice or services, and I don't refuse. This is how I acquired my reputation as an old vagrant who's never hurt anyone, stayed out of other squabbles. But sometimes I gave good advice. I had a few friends in Norosian who vouched for my integrity. This is why my humble request to be allowed to see the wardstones was granted. I visited all of them, but only found cause for alarm in Canabris. Hang on one second. Can I quickly just copy that for Beric's for Beric's sake? Do you wield some magic power? Some instinct? Yes, to a certain extent. But it is more of a gift. I can see the past. Stories that have happened. I touch an object and shreds of its owner's memories are revealed to my mind. Their emotions, passions, and tragedies. I see visions like I am them, and the stories happen to me. This is my power. I have been roaming the world gathering such stories for many thousands of years. One day I will gather them all. What blight is concealed in the wardstone? I'm afraid I don't have the answer to your question. To understand the nature of this blight, we need to understand how the wardstone was created. And it is hidden from me. I can only guess. Have you heard of the Red Morning Massacre? A dreadful morning remembered with fear even by those not yet born at the time. A demoness called Minago invaded the city with a crowd of her followers and started to do what demons do best, kill and desecrate. They say they covered the wardstone with pieces of dead bodies, splashed it with blood from top to bottom. Could such an abomination darken the radiance of the gift of Iomedae herself? The locals think it is impossible, but who knows? It was not the last attack. Many demon leaders brought their unholy forces here, even the terrifying Baelor Korumzadeh. Their attacks were rebuffed, but they still reached their target. I think this is when the seed of corruption was planted in the stone. It wouldn't have grown on its own, but Discari himself has now come to take advantage of this weakness, to open the abscess that has been festering for years, unnoticed by the people of Canabras. And when the Demon Lord struck the blow, the weakened stone gave in. Now, it's in demon hands, and nothing is stopping them from spreading the blight throughout the entire stone, and from it, to the other stones along the whole perimeter of the world wound. Why did you travel to the wardstones? I tried to see their stories. The visions I had when I touched the wardstones were unclear. I saw hundreds, maybe thousands of different stories at the same time. They followed each other like flashes of lightning. It was impossible to separate them. I couldn't understand where one of them ended and the next began. I have heard you, storyteller. In that case, you must make every possible effort to destroy the corruption. Unfortunately, I don't know where to get an instrument powerful enough to banish it from the wardstone. As far as I know, there's nothing like it in Canabras. But the demons might have something. I heard the dying roar of Terendilev, the silver dragon, the protector of the city. At the same time, I felt a wave of unfamiliar powers sweep over me head to toe. I would advise you to go where Terendilev perished and search there for something. I'm sorry I can't be more specific, but intuition and a strange sense of rightness tell me to point you there. I found it in the square where Terendilev perished. The purple stone knife. What do you make of it? Even from here I can feel strange energies emanating from this object. If you don't mind, I will examine it using my method. I will try to see the past of its owner, their emotions and shreds of their memories. Maybe it will help us better understand what we are dealing with. The storyteller touches the knife, his fingers clamping around the hilt with a hungry, masterful grip. His face contorts into an evil grimace, his voice disgustingly raspy. Hunger. My many legs bring me into the lair, my mother's feasting hall. Her swollen body overfilled with food is so huge that I have to look at it with all my eyes at once. On top is her scorned little head, with a long beak that is always yearning for more food. You feel feverish, and your chest, where the mysterious wound is concealed, feels hot. Your mind is flooded with a wave of visions. Visions that repeat the words of the old elf. Mother greets me with a placid screech. Stupid, greedy wretch, whose only achievement is my birth. A creeping, wingless creature. It is your fault I have no wings, a symbol of greatness, a birthright I should have received from my mighty father. Mother points me to a crowd of whimpering subjects, suggesting I fortify myself with their pathetic flesh. Not today. I summon my spawn and they fly to me, enveloping me in a teeming cloud. Like dark buzzing wings, they unfold behind my back and lift me up. Mother has always been stronger, but you did not expect this. I dive on her and rip her limp body with my claws. Ichor splatters, the bone spurs on my heels sink into her flesh. I clench her pitiful tiny head and tear it off along with the shreds of meat. Victory! I am the strongest! I am the son of my winged father! The elf grimaces with distaste. His voice becomes normal again. Appalling. Stories like that are the most difficult ones to keep with me. Did this knife belong to a demon? The storyteller opens his mouth to answer, but a sudden spasm crosses his face. A new vision, a much stronger one, engulfs the old elf. The malevolent undertones vanish from his voice and it grows more determined and tired. Even looking at the wardstone is difficult. Despite the corruption nestling in it, it still has an aura of strength. Her fingers clench the stone hilt so tight it hurts. A little spot on the flawless surface of the wardstone draws your attention. It looks like a butterfly. Corruption in the guise of something utterly harmless. But it will grow. You swing and stab the butterfly with the knife as hard as you can. Your fingers cramp painfully. A howl invades your ears. Light, white light everywhere. The stone knife falls from the old elf's hand. Out of breath, he drops to his knees. He is trembling, the terror on his face so unlike his unusual dignified manner. What? What was that? That was not the past. That was something that is yet to happen. Or rather, might happen. One of the roads to the future. In one of the possible futures, this item will help you to cleanse the wardstone, or to destroy it. You feel a longing to take the stone chisel and plunge it into your chest, right into the wound that has opened up in it. It is hard to resist this feeling, but at the last moment your self-preservation instinct takes over, and you manage to keep it in control in your hands. The old man stands up, looks completely stunned. Never before has anything like this happened to me. But how? I'm not an oracle or a prophet. Or is this another riddle from the past that has caught up with me? I must find out. Seeing stories that have happened is one thing, but seeing stories that are yet to happen. I don't know why this is happening now, but there's one thing I am sure of. This is not a coincidence. This is a sign of great changes. Coming changes. Great changes. I shared your vision, and this knife tempted me. Did you see what I saw? This has never happened before. Could it be the magic of the object that you brought me? I sense dark energies in it that can cloud and charm the mind. Be careful with this item. It may have tried to influence you, but you managed to overcome its power and subdue it. Perhaps something else happened to us. Something we don't yet understand. And can you see the future? I don't know. Obviously I can, but nothing like this has ever happened to me before. The future never opened its secrets to me before I met you. Gods, who are you and why have our paths crossed? I feel this is not a coincidence. Something momentous is happening. Destiny is pushing us towards something. But what? Questions without answers. I swear this morning I could have imagined what awaited me. Maybe it is the knife that gives you powers of divination. This knife is a powerful artifact, but I feel that its powers of a different nature. No, I felt the same as I do when I tell the past. This is my gift, but it manifested in a completely abnormal way. Is what you saw destined to happen? No, the future's not set. It used to be a long time ago when the god Aradin guarded Golarion, but not now. Prophecies did not come true, or they do, but not in the way they were supposed to. I only saw one version of the future, one of the paths leading to it, but a choice has not yet been made, and our destinies are not set in stone. Who were you in your vision? I don't know. Someone strong and desperate enough to resort to extreme measures. I felt that what I was doing had to be done. Your powers are amazing. A few minutes ago I would have agreed with you, but the thing that has just happened, it disturbs me. My gift has never manifested like this. Something has changed, and these changes frighten me. Remind me why it is so important to cleanse the WotR Stone of corruption. Yeah, I heard you. Please examine the items I'm carrying. This is what the storyteller is for. The storyteller is basically, as you find things in the world, the storyteller can assemble artifacts out of them. Let me touch them, and I'll tell you what I can see. The old elf carefully takes Yaniel's sword, Radiance. Powerful forces lie dormant in this sword. It used to belong to an incredibly bright and daring soul. The storyteller runs his hand over the scale that has not yet lost its shine. Proud Terendelev, protector of Canabris. You devoted your life to serving people. Your death is a great loss, but maybe I will be able to find out something about you that is unknown to your many admirers. And the fragment of a gold buckle. Old thing, created long ago by divine will, but the power that gave birth to it is lost in darkness. However, the relic still lives on, although it has changed. I wonder what secret it is hiding. Would you like to know it? Bring me 5 vials of magic essence, and I will revive this object, and with it, its story. I haven't got the correct amount of magic essence, but I could do this. So, Radiance. Oh god, Radiance. So many stories. The story of Radiance. Dresden is doomed. Demons attacked right when we lost the protection of the Sword of Valor. My city, my bastion of hope. We built you as a symbol that the lands mutilated by the Abyss could still be restored to mortals. Now you are perishing and there's nothing I can do. We retreat. No, we flee. A frightened crowd rushes out of into the night through the southern gate. They are chased by angry howls of demons, killing the last defenders of the citadel. My heart goes out to them, but I'm standing still in the wall. I'm covering the retreat. Demons do not attack. They seethe around you, fall from the sky, attack from all sides at once. They can't be stopped, but they can be distracted. I run to the upper floor of the gate tower. Radiance glows with a gold light in my hands. I permit myself to close my eyes for just one heartbeat. I imagine the soft glimmering of my sword. The soft glimmering of the sword I see through my closed eyelids is the light of the summer sun. I smile. I open my eyes and call out, "Hey, Discari Spawn! Who wants the best trophy of the night? You know my name, Yaniel. You know how many of you I have killed with this very hand? You want to curry favor with Darazand, Minago, or the echo of your lord? Then bring them my head if you can." Roaring and screaming, they rush towards me in a wave of deformed bodies and unfurled wings. The wave crashes against me, splattering my armor with bloody froth. Broken wings and chopped up bodies plummet to the floor of the tower. In the heat of battle, I see Joran's pale face down there. He looks up at me in desperation, but he can't help. He's carrying 2 wounded on his shoulders. My city will fall, but my friends will survive. That is what I am fighting for. I am covering the retreat. The flow of fleeing people gradually dwindles. My armor is broken in many places and I cannot heal my wounds anymore. The last demon I stabbed with Radiance suddenly recoils, tearing the handle out of my blood-slickened hand. He flies up but falls somewhere far behind the walls, by the road being taken by those fleeing. No more golden glow in my hands. The night closes in on me, filled with shrieking, mocking demon laughter. Dresden, I am dying with you. Light of the sword, righteous Yamade, accept my soul. I know whose memory this is. I have heard about her so many times. Yaniel was a true crusader. Touching her memories is so cleansing. Do you see the future of the sword? Just one of numerous possibilities. I slide out of the sheath swiftly. I proudly watch the army of warriors led by my lady. I sing, slashing the air, putting courage in their hearts. I am Radiance. Tremble, city of Dresden. My lady Yaniel has perished, but I am not done yet. Charge. It's nice to know that this sword's glory days are not over. It has many battles ahead. Take care of it. It is a glorious sword. Get a drink. We'll probably finish all these stories and then we'll probably call the stream there. And I'll carry on tomorrow. But, previous owner of the knife. I think we've done this before, yeah? Thrinlev. I am flying. I can finally spread my wings. I am gliding over a broad river. The sunset has turned its surface smooth like a mirror, and I see my reflection. It is as if another silver dragon is rising to meet me from the depths. But what is it? The scales on my chest are black, and the darkness is spreading over my body. I wake up. A clear sky sways above me, blazing with heat. I am in human form. The red dust of the wound clings to my cracked lips. Someone is carrying me on a stretcher made of shields and spears. I am so weak I can barely lift my hand to my face. The sight of my own hand terrifies me. It is black and the skin glistens like scales melted by fire. I probably ought to cry, but I only feel hatred and nausea. All these people around me. Out of sympathy for them did I choose to leave the mountains. I gave up my flights over rivers. I went to the demon's lair. They don't have a scratch on them, but I am infected with foulness. It's not fair. My life is more precious than their pathetic existence. Oh, how I hate them in this moment. And then suddenly I feel shame. No, these are not my thoughts. The Crusaders are carrying me are good friends. I am glad they did not suffer, but I hate them and myself so much. The pain and hatred pierce me all at once. It's all because of them. All because of them. Someone walking beside me touches me, talks to me, but the only thing I hear is, "Your mentor. He will help. He will help." And I lose consciousness. Such hatred from Terendelev. Wasn't she on our side? Terendelev has come a long way. Her unit was ambushed by demons once, and she was infected with foulness. The Terendelev you met in Canabris had undergone many trials and regained her former purity. What happened next? Sometimes the past can be as vague as the future. We all know how Terendelev's story ended, but the beginning is hidden from us. Maybe if we find something else that used to belong to her, we will know more about her struggle. However, no matter what we learn, remember, her soul, the soul of a true dragon, overcame every obstacle, endured every torment. She was able to purify herself, for dragons are truly powerful not only in body, but in spirit too. We have more important things to do. Can I help you at all? I appreciate your offer. I have reason to believe that somewhere in Canabris there's a manuscript authored by an elf from Kyonin who witnessed Earthfall, which is meteorites impacted Galarion in -5293. It resulted in the destruction of the human emperors of Thalassian and Aslant, which were consumed by earthquakes and massive tidal waves, and the creation of the Inner Sea. A cloud of dust thrown up by Earthfall's impact settled in Galaria's upper atmosphere and blotted out the sun for 1,000 years, creating the Age of Darkness. Okay. For personal reasons, I would like to examine it, but no matter how hard I try, I have failed to find it. Even in the Blackwing Library, I only found a mention the manuscript exists and is held somewhere in the city. I assume it is stored in the Grey Garrison. They wouldn't let me into the archive when I visited. All those Crusaders were nervous about the strange blind elf interested in their secrets. It's understandable. The Crusade naturally made them a little paranoid. But now the Grey Garrison has fallen into enemy hands. I would be grateful if I could see the manuscript. What about the Blackwing Library thing? Of course I make no secret why I came to the library. I was looking for something. Did you find what you're looking for? Alas, no. But I found proof that the book I'm looking for is in Canabris. Or at least part of it is. Looking for a very old thing? Ancient scroll of book? What? Yeah, we literally just learned that from another thing. Oh, what was that? I have a vague hope that the events described in it will shed some light on my past. Okay. Or about you? Oh, good heavens. I'm not surprised. A strange, peculiar-looking elf with unusual powers who comes from afar and calls himself a collector of stories. Such things usually spark some interest. I will answer your questions. Who are you and where are you from? Before, I would have said that I was a blacksmith from Kyonin who lost his sight and found his true calling in a new craft, that of a story collector. But lately I have begun to suspect that those words are no more than a lie. It's quite the irony. I never thought I'd have cause to complain about my memory. It holds the stories of an entire world, but I've noticed more and more alarming signs recently. I encounter ancient stories and see myself in them. I don't remember those events, but the stories cannot lie, so it means my memory is lying. And I intend to get to the bottom of it. I'm looking for proof that my visions are true, and for the reason why my past has been hidden from me. You look ancient. I thought elves didn't get old. As you can see, if we manage to live for many thousands of years, there may not be a single mortal in this world older than me. Anyway, it's not about time. It's about the stories I keep inside. There's so much suffering and sadness in this world. And in my stories too. I have lived every one of them. I have drunk this bitter experience and accepted it in my heart. It's hard, the weight of all this suffering on my shoulders, but I wouldn't trade my burden for any other. Where did you get your strange powers? I've always got along well with things. I used to be a blacksmith, that I know for sure. I've always felt the essence of things, their spirit. For as long as I can remember, I have always been able to feel the traces of memories and feelings left on things by their former owners. I don't know where this gift comes from. Maybe, having taken my sight, the grants granted me another sense. How do you see into the future? I cannot say. Such visions are new to me. My instinct has always worked towards the past, not the future. But some things change. Everything changes. So do I. Perhaps the right now the stories that are yet to happen are more important than the ones that have happened already. Why did you come to the World Wound? Searching for the truth about my real past has brought me here. I saw myself in other stories. In them I was called the Elf in the Tower. I am looking for this tower. My tower, everywhere. I have been to so many places. I've visited islands and deserts, but I haven't found it. There are very few uncharted territories on my map. The World Wound is one of them. How do you collect stories? The same way a court philanderer collects his conquests. The way a healer has a personal cemetery of patients he failed to save. The way every person, including you, has a box of secret, most precious experiences deep down in their soul that no one is allowed to touch. The world is not made of things, or matter even. It's made of stories. They move from the past to the future, piercing our world at the point of here and now. They give meaning to everything. They are the meaning, and everything else is only the setting required for stories to exist. There is nothing more real and alive than a story. And anything real and alive can die or be destroyed, distorted, forgotten. But as long as I carry these stories with me, they will not be lost. This is why I don't often share my stories. By sharing one with you, I give you the right to tell it to others, to distort and embellish it advertently or inadvertently. How can I be sure you will keep its original purity? Stories travel from one person to another. They change, become distorted, turn into tall tales. This is why I keep my stories to myself. Right, that's that done. We just got a bunch more stuff, didn't we? The Dragon's Fate. Brynlif's scales shed some light to the fate of Canabris, but much remains unknown. To learn the full story, find something else that belonged to Brynlif, not related to this chapter. That is related to this chapter, that is this chapter, that is this chapter. Burning City. Discuss the garrison attack plan with Erebeth. We'll finish everything else first. That seems to be an ending of a thing. And restoring a golden buckle. I need 5 vials of magic essence. How many have I got? Magic essence, I've got... Elemental essence, right. What is a magic essence? Do I have magic essence? Oh. I do not have magic essence. Okay. Do you have magic essence? Just not that I'm going to buy it off you, just what I want to see what it looks like. No, you do not have magic essence. Bulk selling of crap. Oh, it's long sword, right? No, give me that. That is what? Storyteller's Ring. +1 luck bonus on all saving throws against fire-based effects, because you were in the flames. Fair play. Half-plate +1, you don't need that anymore. I'm gonna be one of those people who's I'm gonna hoard a lot of stuff. Like, I'm gonna sell half-plate +1 once I get half-plate +2. That's how this is gonna work. I'm gonna keep Radiance with me because it's a kind of important weapon. That could probably go. Even Voljev can't use that. Hang on. I've heard even Voljev can't use that, right? Yeah, even you can't use that. Nobody can use that. No one would want to use that. It's armor. The ring of bonus against fire effects. I'm not using your rings, so that solves that problem. Oddly thematic for me. What's that again? That's the plus roll against damage rolls against swarms. Okay. Okay, hang on. We got 10 minutes to go, but I'm gonna rest first. But I forgot to do one thing outside before, which I need to do, which I completely forgot to do, and that is loot. A bunch of money. A bunch of money.
This is my time to shine.
Joran Vane? Show me your wares. Bulk sell a bunch of the scrap. Good. I don't think I need anything else off you. Do I want anything else of you? I mean, what would I get? attrition. I haven't got the money for these things anyway, so it's irrelevant. But just having a check of what we could get, what people could use. I mean, you have that and you really don't need it. I'm not even sure you have it, to be honest, but you don't need it at all. Same thing with you. You don't even need crossbows. I mean, you never need one everywhere. You'll never use it, ever. You'll never ever use it. Wicked longbow. You're keeping that as well, because you have the strength to carry everything, so. And... you can't use that either, can you? That's a martial weapon, so you can't use that either. That's what I can you get what do you have throwing axe? Okay, it's not cold iron, unfortunately. If it was cold iron, we'd get it. We need a better throwing axe somewhere. Right. Let's go for a rest then.
How cute!
Indeed. Oh, hang on, in which case, if we're gonna go for a rest, let's quickly just change these spells over, because you don't need that anymore. I don't think. What would you take instead? What will we take instead? Using that's vaguely helpful for crowd control. A second one? I guess. Mage armor, yeah, it's fine. And you have 2 blesses? You have 2 blesses. I wonder why you lost that 1 bless before. Fine. Let's have a rest. Cannot rest here. Yes, we can. Right. Want to scroll? Want to do a scroll for something? We did a scroll of magic missile last time, didn't we? We still can. Elemental essence and a forked tongue. Mage armor requires bees ores. And you can cook. No, you with support. Just cook a hearty meal, I think. You'll heal. I noticed that you cozy up to anyone with even the smallest amount of wealth of power, but not to me. Why is that? I'm assuming that's at Wendu. You know something, your ladyship? There's some boots even I won't lick. Oh, it's not a Wendu, it's still Woljif. Oh, fair enough. Right, we saved, and I think I'm going to call it there for now, because there's not much I can do in the next 5 minutes. I'm going to check some shops now. Let's see what we got. Potions of mage armor. Dark Omen. Okay, no, we can't afford much anyway. Close the new fight. I wonder how that interacts with magic missile. Because every missile is 1d4 damage, but yep. See you, Hypernova. I'll be back tomorrow. Dark Veil is once per day. You grant your entire party total concealment against ranged attacks for 1 minute. And Dark Omen is if you have spontaneous casting, you can cast Ray of Enfeeblement, Scare, Ray of Exhaustion, Fear, and Waves of Fatigue. That's useful.
So exciting!
Isn't it just? Right. Save it there. I don't think that thing I was talking about before about me fucking up, I don't think I did. I don't think we did it. I think I was concerned that I wouldn't get the Starward Gaze quest. But we do get the Starward Gaze quest, which means the thing I want to do was still possible. Because if that quest didn't work properly, then we're in serious trouble, because I would pretty much have to restart the run, because my plan would be unachievable. But yeah. I only dropped 200 frames over the course of the entire evening, so I'm very happy with that. It definitely, ISP definitely cooperated today. Thank you very much. Thank you for doing what you're supposed to be doing the entire time. See if we can find somebody to raid. Hang on 1 second. Let me just check something real fast before I forget. Good. Let's see. Who is live? We have Adusa and we have Dead Wrestler. See ya, Saver! Let's go raid. What is Dead Wrestler even playing? What's Faith 2? What is Faith 2? Faith 2. Faith Chapter 2. Pixel horror game. It is October after all. I keep forgetting it's October. Considering that multiple people playing Faith games. Oh, damn it. Medusa just stopped. Shit. Medusa just ended. No. Right, anyway. I guess we'll do Dead Wrestler then. Not /wiki, what the hell's wrong with me? Right. Dead Wrestler. And I'll be back tomorrow at 7:30 my time, so it's an hour earlier than usual. As you, for more Pathfinder, we got 4 hours of Pathfinder tomorrow. But that'll be tomorrow, folks. Take care of yourselves. I'm gonna go rest my voice, and I'll be back then. Stay safe. Take care of yourselves, and I'll catch you all tomorrow. Bye bye.